and sit down.
Hello gang, Colin here, Festa 67's workshop, and we got no Dave. Dave's popped off to see Model Making Mum for the first time since we went into lockdown when the world caught fire. So, little shout out for Model Making Mum. Safe journey, Dave, and we'll see you next Sunday for your return. So you're lumbered with good old me. Or what possibly could go wrong. So we're going to have a little looky-loo, see who's in the chat, see what's going on there. So let's have a look. And would you believe it? First person in was Model Making Dave, saying hello to everyone. What I will say as well, you'll also notice we've got another logo up there. So I'd like to say a big props and thanks to Malcolm over at Models for Heroes. There's a little linky poos to Models for Heroes there for letting us use your banner, and also thanks for the care package, mate. Much appreciated. So I'd like to welcome Malcolm on board. Back to the old chatty pops. We've got Model Making Trucker in saying hello to everyone. Malcolm there from Models for Heroes. Like I said, you know, pop over. Remember, we got a big thing coming up for the Models for Heroes, so no doubt loads of bits and bobs will get posted up about that. Oh, let's just kill that in the corner there. It's me YouTube to let me know I'd press the live button because I've got no Dave to tell me. Model Making Trucker there saying hello to Malcolm again. Mike's in at Scaly Models, Mike Mountain, aka Dad. Are you on today, Dad, by the way? Just thought I'd ask. A little segue there to your in-between show, if you're on, mate. Nat over at Dexterous Crafter. Welcome to the live streaming world, by the way, sweetheart. Saw your show Friday. Well done, girl. Saying good morning to Dad. And she's also saying morning to Malcolm as well. Raging Modelers in, saying hello to everyone. And asking how we're doing, and Nat and the rest are all saying hello. Raging Modeler there saying, not sure, Lewis. I was okay, then my mood just took a nosedive. Probably just anxious about a few things. Oh, mate, yeah, I know what that can be like, mate, when the demons are nipping at your ankles. If you need anything, mate, just pop a message over. We'll have a yatter. Model Making Trucker saying good morning to me. Morning, mate. Hope you're all right. Are you on Monday, by the way, in the afternoon? If you are, put a link in, dude. Nat saying good morning to me. There's me being all soppy. Morning to everyone I love, and I'm fine. And I had to point out to Dad that it was in a manly way because I didn't want him to worry. Also, congrats to the LFC fraternity for their win of the championship or the Premier League, and long overdue, and one of many, I hope. But obviously, if they was playing West Ham, you know, we would have won it, wouldn't we? Yeah, our last championship bus is clockwork. But yeah, props to the guys, well deserved. Should have been awarded before we went in lockdown, if we're all honest. But hey ho. Model Making Trucker saying he got his hopes up there. Then wrong teeth. Yeah, I might have been flashing a bit of leg with the wrong camera on. So sorry for getting your hopes up there, mate. Raging Modeler says he's put a few pictures of some different things in the gallery. Yeah, I will be doing a nice little gallery visit. Nothing's changed this week. It's just going to be me rambling on for as long as you want me on, and probably the majority of it will be gallery, to be honest with you. Just don't want to be looking at this ugly old mug all day, do you? No. So yeah, Raging Modeler's put a few different things in, and I think he's hoping to get a sneak peek at something I'm printing for him. But I'll let you see, Jason. There you go. Yeah. So that's as much as you can see of that until you open the parcel when it arrives, fella, which will be hopefully getting sent out this week to you. That's just me saying wrong webcams. Yeah, been having a play with loads of different things on the bench this week. And he says just a little tease, which he's just got. Model Making Mayhem's going, bugger, wrong account. Hello, mate. Hope you're doing all right, Andy. Nim is in. Hello, Nim. Hope you're doing all right, love. She's saying hello to Mike and myself. How do, Nim? Jacqueline's in. Oh, it's all about the rabbit, love. I hope you're liking the new end credits as well, mate. That's a permanent thing now. The rabbit has made an appearance. It's like, yeah, but yeah, Jacqueline at Crochet Art, by the way. Nip over and give her a visit and place your orders. Vampy's in saying good morning from sunny South Africa. Hello, mate. And I caught a little glimpse of, I do believe, your 3D printer. So, yeah, I hope you're finding the 3D printing fun, mate. And, yeah, it's got to be done. Model Making Mayhem, Colin. Yeah. Malcolm saying very much looking forward to watching today. Yeah, I bet you're gutted now that it's just me. Yeah. Model Making Mayhem, hello to everyone and everything. Osric's asking where's Dave. As I said at the beginning, mate, he's popped up to see his dear old mum because he's not seen her since the world caught on fire. We went in lockdown, and she's getting on in the years, she won't mind me saying. And yeah, he's missed his mum and he wanted to pop and see her, surprise her for the weekend. So Model Making Mum is getting a visit, and I think he's trying to sneak an haircut as well, if I'm honest, because yeah, he looks a bit like a hippie at the moment because he's not had a haircut, and the bottom lip that he's been throwing out because he hasn't been out to get an haircut has been priceless. Nim is saying her cats are having the zoomies. It's adorable. What's the zoomies, mate? I've got no idea there. Is that the cat sitting in front of the telly giving it some of that? RJC's in. Hello, Reese. All right, mate. Hope you're doing all right. Raging Modeler's going, oh, yeah. Steve's in. Totally Scale Models saying hi to Vamp. Hello, mate. Hope you're all right, Steve. RJC Models there saying, oh, Mike Mountain, hope he's okay. Scale Models band. Fishnet Stalkings. Oh, I'm loving the little beast. Need more filament now. Yeah. I may have got the fishnets for Harley Quinn last week delivered, and yeah, I'm going to be priming her this week and getting that all up and running. Talk of the devil, he must have 6 cents. James is in. Hello, James. All right, mate. And hopefully this week I can get round, now that it's not cooking as much in this room, hopefully I can get round and film another episode of Death Race for you, mate. Model Making Mayhem catch this run round like maniacs. Oh, bless them. I should know that, really, hanging out with Sarge. He's got cats. Steve at Totally Scale Models is saying, hello, mate, how are you? To Vamp your pops. Nim is saying, zoomies are when they run all over the place like a bunch of crazies. Oh. And Andy's back to work tomorrow, and the enthusiasm is rolling off of him. Oh, mate. I would say I feel your pain, but on a serious note, I must admit I do miss going to work. And James Chapman is saying hello to Dad. Excuse the ramblings going on out there. The resident community drunk has got up a bit early and he's going for his morning walk down the street singing to himself. So, yeah. We've all got one, haven't we? One of those people that, yeah. Bless him. Jacqueline saying, afternoon, Dad, you and Kevin, very happy on the league championship. Yeah, good for you. James is saying, sounds awesome. Alicia's asking how Harley's doing. Harley's doing fine, mate. She's got her legs primed. I just need to prime the rest of her. And yes, I did manage to sort a base. I've had to completely scratch design one in the CAD program, but yeah, it's pretty much identical to what the picture is that you sent, mate. So yeah, I've got the cell door and all of that gubbins on there. So yeah, it's coming along all right, mate. And Scale Model Vamp is giving it a laugh out loud. So yeah, so what's in the belly and what's on the bench? That's the operative question, I suppose. Model Making Mayhem's going, speaking of cats, mine's just turned into a cat puddle on his tower. How do they think those positions are comfortable? I don't know. A cat puddle. What's that? Is that where they sort of give it all of this? Yeah. Fascinating creatures, I must admit. Right. What have I been up to, I hear you all ask? Yeah. Not a great deal, really. He's been cooking in Festa Towers, but we've got a bit of a Jason 3D print to show you this week. So I've got some legs and a torso and arms and legs. I'm doing that for the Raging Bassist, who's a huge Friday the 13th fan and wanted me to print him a miniature Jason, which I did over there. But I kind of fancied doing a big one and all, so he's getting a big one sent to him as well, bless him. So it'll hopefully get dispatched to you this week, mate. I've got the base has just finished printing, so I've got to process that, and then I've got one more arm, and that's pretty much in printed, mate. So I've got some nice bubble wrap and that. So what I'll do is I'll let you know when it's on its merry way to you, mate, and yeah, hopefully we get some gallery pictures of when it's painted. So what's RJC? Belly Night over oats, bench Soddle as he's lost his mojo. I think that's bad, mate. See, you missed an opportunity. I could have sent you a link and you could have been sat here co-hosting, couldn't you? Shane Youngs is saying, afternoon, Colin and everyone. I hope everyone is well. Yeah, we're fine, mate. Hopefully you and Glynis are looking all right, mate, and doing your thing and chilling out. And I noticed she's been putting up some crafty pics as well in Nat's group over at Dexterous Crafters, is it, Nat? Want to whack it in the chat, feel free, love. Raging Modelers saying, Belly, a bag of smoky bacon crisps. Bench is Minx and Boo, Judge Dredd minis, and a Battlestar Galactica Mark II Viper. I've always been trying to get hold of, do you remember the Blake 7 UK sci-fi program? I've always been trying to get one of their ships, but everything I've seen has been pretty sort of expensive. So, yeah. Raging Modeler's gone, yeah, too right, I am. I really appreciate it. Hey, mate, not a problem, mate. You know, you're a fan at the end of the day. And, yeah, well deserved, mate. I look forward to seeing it finished. And I hope you enjoy painting it as much as I've enjoyed printing it. You know, it's nice just sitting there in the software, chopping a figure up and working out how it's all going to go back together. So it's sparked my interest in another area of figure production, because I've got a Cronin STL file from the movie Hellraiser, and I've always been after a decent figure of him, and I managed to get a full figure, and then I got the resin printer, and now I know I can scale it right up. So again, I'm going to cut the head, the arms and everything and section it down, and he's going to be supersized as well. James is saying, Belly, soon to be a fresh cream slices, bench, micro blocks, Pikachu that I'm doing for my sister. Pics are in the group. I will have a looky-loo imminently, mate. Model Making Mayhem bench, still nothing, still tidying. Belly, just scranned a sausage sandwich with tomato sauce even. Just have a swig of tea because I'm a bit dry. Oh, that's better. Shane Youngs is saying hello to Mike. Hello, Mike. All right. Hope Eileen's doing all right, mate, as well. Big hugs next time you see her for me, mate. Model Making Mayhem, Nim, Yuck, Liquid, and also Gits. Oh, bless. Scale Model Bank is got, oh, wow, Texan steak with mash and a cold beer alongside a new kit. Oh, the Ducati Panigale 1199S in the box. Can't seem to find the hop-up parts and metal pieces for it locally. No, there are, mate, you've got more chance of finding unicorn's ears and hen's teeth, mate. Domino in Belgium is a good place. Young Vincent that comes in, Mr. Loft's model making, his local model shop, seem to be able to land their hands on anything. So I think they've got a website, but I don't know what the shipping would be to South Africa, mate. I really don't know. So might be worth a little looky-loo, mate. Or the auction sites. Someone might have a spare set. Nim is saying belly, ramen probably, and bench. Finished my map in the gallery. Yeah, I saw that D&D map. Looking rather sweet, that is. So now I'm working on taking pictures of some old dice keychains I made and wanted to sell. Oh, good for you. It's funny, Nat sent me a welcome to her group the other day and said, oh, feel free to post pictures of your work up. And I've got an album on my system, and it's got like 1,200 pictures in. So I sort of said to her, I've got an album, but there's 1,200 pictures in it. Could I be that cruel? No. So I'm going to go through and edit them and look for duplicates and thin it down a bit. But it's pretty much everything I've made since I've been back in the hobbies in that album. I've not even uploaded it to my own group yet. That was Nim saying about her belly. Raging Modelers saying, after hallowed be thy name, which Iron Maiden song should I learn? Oh, mate, Phantom of the Opera. Go for an oldie and then do the Trooper or Number of the Beast. But you know, I've got full Iron Maiden tattoo sleeve, so yeah, I'm a bit biased when it comes to them. Scale Model Vamp. Go for Fear of the Dark. Good choice. Mike's get back on the Ed Force One, Reese. That'll get your mojo back. Yeah, I mean, why don't you do a buddy build with him, Dad? That's a great idea of yours there, mate. Yeah, Reese, have a word with Dad. He's doing one again. Mike's sitting there going, hold on a minute, what just happened? Model Maker Mayhem's going 2 minutes to midnight. Oh, yes. And also saying Blake 7 was a classic. It was, mate. It was one of those. Brits have never been brilliant at sci-fi, but yeah, it was one of those. I mean, I'm about to alienate myself here. I'm not a massive Doctor Who fan like the wife. She's watched pretty much every single one of them, whereas I lost track of it when the bloke with the curly hair was in it. So shows you how much I know. Shane Young's belly soon to have roast chicken dinner, and bench is the Italieri 124th LD Quattro rally car and a Tamiya 135th Panzer III. Nice. Oh, Steve's in. Belly, a bag of Satsumas, bench, nothing as I'm laid out on the sofa, knackered from his big ride. Yeah, how did it go, Steve? I saw the pictures you put up of your push bike, bless you, and props to you, mate, for, you know, keeping fit and all of that. But, yeah, I can imagine you're a bit clagged, mate, to be honest with you. Be careful, though, mate. Model Making Mayhem is saying orders, scaly models, and Ed Force One. Yeah. Yeah, that's the man you need to speak to, mate. You know, he will take on commission builds for it until his phone book is full, mate. Loves the kit. Scale model, Vamp. Raging Modeler saying to Vamp, be good choice. Model making a mayhem, nice. I'm thinking Ace's Eye or Tail Gunner. Yeah, good segue. I've got the Ace's Eye Spitfire just up there, and I must admit, I'm really looking forward to building it. Reese is saying, if you want a hand, I'm about. I thought you might be now. Scale model vamp, Raging Modeler. I grew up with Iron Maiden, Kiss, Deep Purple, etc. Same here, mate. I was born in '67, and I was lucky. My mum introduced me to Led Zeppelin. God, what can I say? You know, my eyes were open to a genre of music that I've loved ever since. And when the new wave of British heavy metal landed in the very early 80s and bands came out, the Maidens and that, you had Lemmy doing his thing from Hawkwind and Motorhead. And I can remember my most prized possession was a signed Ace of Spades album with the 3 original Motorhead members. Sadly, all 3 of them have died now, and it's quite poignant, actually. I mean, I dusted off the Ace of Spades the other day because I dug out my old stereo. It goes to show how old it is. The turntable on it has got linear tracking. That's all I'm saying. So I dusted out my copy of the Ace of Spades, and it suddenly hit me when I looked at the album cover. All 3 of them are dead, you know, and it's quite sad, isn't it? You know, it's like, bloody hell. And I thought Lemmy would live forever. He was one of those, bit like Keith Richards, taken every substance known to man and beast. And yeah, that DNA is severely strong, mate. Raging Modeler, the Trooper's a good one. Yeah, it is. It is a good one, mate. Needs to learn some Motorhead as well. Yeah, bit of Metallica as well. Battery. Oh, yeah. Learn some of the bass riffs from that, mate. But I don't know, have you got a 5-string? Because you might need it on a couple of them. James Chapman saying, yep, the Ducati is a really great kit. Is that irony, James, or is it a really good kit? I've got my eye on one of them, to be honest with you. So, model making trucker is saying, Belly, roast gammons and trimming made by my beautiful, loving wife. Bench is back to HMS Belfast and all the photo etch. Lewis, what are you after, mate? You're never normally this nice to Nat. So she's either stood right next to you, armed with the rolling pin. Yeah. What else is there? We've got Scale Vamp saying, yeah, I'll send him a message later on, Cole. Yeah, well, like I say, they might have it, mate. It's Domino is the name of the model shop. I can't remember now what the prefix for Belgium is on their interwebs. Probably BE, I would have thought. But yeah, it's worth a look, mate. And yeah, I placed an order with Vincent yesterday for the 6R4 Rothmans Metro. It was like, yeah, Domino's have got it in. It's actually cheaper for me to get it sent from Belgium. So. Model making truckers going, yeah, Carl, go on, post them all. You are rotten. It was quite funny, actually, because I've been going through my channel and sort of looking at older videos and how things have changed around the bench and how we all do things. And yeah, I've stupidly decided to re-edit all my early videos, the bus build series and all of those, because the intro music drives me absolutely bonkers, to be quite honest with you. You know, back in the day, you thought long intros and that was a good thing. And yeah, so they're all getting reworked. And it's quite surprising how from the first bus I built to the last one I did, how I had changed the process and used nano LEDs and stuff like that, you know. And it's funny, I've got someone else that wants to drag me out of bus retirement and get me to build one for them. So I might even film that one. I'll have a word with them and see whether they're okay for it to be filmed. Scaly Models is banging his head on the bench. I know, mate. Feel afraid, Dad. I can see the list of orders for commission builds on Ed Force One coming in, mate. Vampy's off for a lay down as it's damn freezing here again and the bed is nice and warm. See you all again next week. Feeling a little under the weather as well with this cold. Oh, bless you, mate. Well, I'll get well soon, mate. Keep an eye on the cold for obvious reasons, mate. And you take care, buddy. And it's always nice to see you about, mate. And say hi to Muse when you see her for us, mate. Dexter's Crafter saying, bye, Vamp. Hope you feel better soon. Lee's in. How you doing? Model making mayhem, Lemmy equals God. Absolutely, mate. The 11th commandment, wasn't it? And on the 11th day, Lemmy was created. Yeah. Rest in peace, mate. Chat's jumped up there. Raging Modeler is saying, Festa 67's workshop. I have this beautiful Iron Maiden vault chest with ABC archives. Saw them live when Bruce Bang came back and managed to get a pic from Murray. Yeah, I had a brilliant episode once. I was stood outside a pub in London back in the day, and there was a band, and it was advertised playing one night only, and it was a pseudonym, so you know, basically the band's name was the Sherman Tankers, which you know, come and see this pub band, see. So me and my cousin were like, oh, sounds a bit of a laugh, let's have a little looky-loo. And we were decked out head to toe in metal regalia. This geezer walks past and I'm like, F me, mate, you do not look like Dave Murray. And he looks back and goes, that's because I am. And the band, the Sherman Tankers, was watched by several members of Iron Maiden. And like a couple of fanboys, me and my cousin were like, yeah. Lee's asking that age-old question. Where's Dave? Dave's gone to see model making mum, mate, because he's not seen her since lockdown begun. And she's a lady of a certain vintage, and he just wants to make sure she's doing okay. So he's popped off to see model making mum for a few days, and I think he's after a mum roast dinner and a crafty haircut from her mate, if we're honest. But he will be back next week. James is saying, I agree, Nat, gone downhill now. What's that? This show or something else? Model making mayhem battery played loud scares normal people. Yeah, something about when the demons are at me, I get the Metallica playlist out just to jolt me out of it. And I've got a little playlist of theirs, and I got a little playlist of Suicide Silence when Mitch Luca was still alive, for rest his soul, and that sparks me as well. But it's not for the faint-hearted, that sort of music, Suicide Silence, but it certainly jolts you into a little bit of a wake-up call. So Lee saying, bench and belly, nothing yet. Hope your return to work is going all right, Lee. Colin says, James Chapman, it's really great, thoroughly recommend it, detail is awesome. Yeah, I'm trying to think who I saw do a build on the Panigale, but yeah, it looks a good bike. I've got an E-Models build lined up coming soon of a bike, and that's going to be the CBR Fireblade that's coming out, or should be released by now. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that, because it's been one of them kits that most of us ex-bikers have all been going, oh, wish they'd do a blade, wish they'd do a blade. And it's like they finally listened and released one. So Raging Modeler's going, I've got a 5 litre can, play most of the Puppets album. Oh, he's got a 5, sorry, even. He's got a 5 string. I thought it said 5 litre then. I can play most of the Puppets album, working on Justice for All and one by Metallica. Yeah, know a lot of Megadeth as well. Yeah, good old Dave Mulsane, mate. Yeah. Raging Modelers, I'll post a pic of my live in the gallery if you like. Feel free, mate. Post what you like. It's one of them, mate. As long as the videos haven't got anything copyrighted on it, mate, it's not a problem. Raging Modeler, very good. Model making gurus popped in to say afternoon, ladies. Are you on this afternoon, Foxy Pops? Why have I gone quiet? It's not as if he's going to answer me, is it, doofus? Model mate, Raging Modelers saying hello to Fox. How are you? Scaly Models. You've got toothache. Oh, mate. That ain't good. Yeah, I've got to overcome my biggest fear soon. Once everything's sorted out and I get released from my enforced quarantine, I've got a few wobbly teeth. I was going to do the Mike Mountain thing and whop it out with a pair of pliers, but I may have been caught with pliers in hand applied to tooth, and someone gave me that look. That's all I'll say. Model making truckers going, that Foxhead ladies, I don't think you're included in that. See, he just redeemed himself and then has dragged himself back into that hole. Lee's going, no Dave today. Yeah, 10 out of 10 for observation, Lee. Yeah, really sorry you lumbered with me, mate, but he's back next week. RJC saying, Mike, you absolutely love that Ed Force one, and you'll be more than happy taking commissions for it. I think he would be. Fox has taken some Norafens and some salt water, so not so hurty. Hoping it's something that'll go away rather than something that needs tools. It depends, mate. I broke a tooth in half there, and I've got a pair of wobblies side by side, and I've been at them and had a dig around, but yeah, I got severely busted by she that needs to be obeyed, and yeah, she may have took my model making pliers off of me. Raging Modeler is saying best afterlife band, Dimebag guitar, Cliff bass, Lemmy vocals, and Neil Peart on drums. Good shout. We used to do a pub game years ago, and it used to start off like with a group of us, and you'd sit there and you go, rightio, you've got to name a 5-piece band. You know, your vocalist, your bassist, your lead guitar or rhythm guitar, and work your way through it. So that would be a good debate, and it would, you know, a few beers would ensue, and you would get, you know, quite heated over it and all of that. And then you'd say, right, now you've got to lose one because it's got to become a 4-piece, and then you'd get it down to a 3-piece. Mate, many a night in the pub there would be arguments over Jimmy Page, John Bonham, and all of that. It used to be great fun. People, how can you have him in your band? I don't like him. Oh, yeah, get proper moody, mate. Model Maker Mayhem. Where's Dave? That's a good idea for a Where's Wally style book. Oh, mate. Photoshop is my friend. I'm sure I could come up with something. Model Making Mayhem. Raging Model, I'm not sure about the drummer, but yes, I agree. See, there you go. See, drummer wars imminent. Yeah. Who would you have, mate, as your drummer? James Chapman, defo want to get the Fireblade. Yeah, Mike saying, yeah, going to build the kit for him. Yeah, definitely. I've got it coming up as an E-Models build. I spoke to James a little while ago, and that'll be my next E-Models build. So, yeah, I'm kind of actually looking forward to doing a bike again. I've got the big Rossi bike that I'm doing as a sideline for me channel, but I don't know, something about it to me, a bike, innit? Lee Eagles is sending me a model kit. Oh, thank you, Lee. I'll be in work tomorrow, but we're all on a point scheme to see who keeps their job at the end of July, so a bit worrying. Oh, mate, I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully things will pick up once the F1 season starts, but I think you're in the McLaren cars section, mate. So fingers crossed for you, Lee, because I know you worked your fingers to the bone to get in there, mate, and well deserved it is. But dare I say it, someone with your talents will be able to go to any one of the top workshops. I'll send you some links for some places, and I'm sure you'll remain within that area of the industry, should we say. Model Maker Phil. Hello, Model Maker Phil. Hope you're all right, mate. He says he's got to make a Yorkshire pudding mix in a minute. Back in 45. Happy days. Must get back into making YouTube's video. I suffer from fibro and rheumatoid arthritis. Now back in the workshop. Send me a PM, Model Maker Phil, because I've got fibro and MS, mate. And yeah, been dealing with it since my early 20s, mate. And if you want to have a good old nag about the fibro fog and all of that gubbins, mate, then we can sit there and burn the midnight oil and bemoan healthy people, mate, because it works for me. Model Maker and Trucker saying bye-bye for now, 2020. Yeah. Fox is saying not today due to face. Oh, mate, you got sore facykins. Oh, lammerkins, it's not going to be the same now. What am I going to do? No, you do your show. The show must go on, mate. This is my first solo show, mate. I've got my sidekick missing, and yeah, I'm missing my little silverback staring back at me, mate. But what can I do? Model Making Mayhem's going, that's why Lewis has been nice. Bye-bye 2020, yeah. Totally Scale Models is saying that the police arrested 1,000 Liverpool folks last night. Blimey. Oh, he's telling a joke, bless him. You rotter. I thought it was serious because I saw something on Sky News where they was throwing stuff at the Liver building and they had to put a fire out there and that. And it's like, oh, come on, folks, be a bit sensible. Crying out loud. Your club's won the title for the first time in 30 years. Don't sour it, you know. Let's embrace the good times. Dexterous Crafter saying, yep, you can really fall out with some people. Sarge is like, morning, everyone. Everyone carry on. I've just got this image of Sarge doing the good morning Vietnam bit, you know. It's like, yeah. Good to see you in, Sarge. Hope you're feeling a bit better, mate. And you know where I am, mate. Steve is saying, I wondered who you meant when you said James. Dexterous Crafter saying, sorry, Steve, just said one of Lewis these days. I'll get you two right. Yeah, okay. Oh, before I go, looking forward to running a Models for Heroes on Friday night in Enniskillen. The waiting is killing me. Oh, well, folks, if you're in the Enniskillen area, pop over. Phil, if you type in whereabouts, mate, and I'll do a little pluggy pops for you, mate. But keep an eye on that, folks. He's doing a Models for Heroes on Friday night in Enniskillen, or on a Friday night. So, yeah, when you're up and ready for that, mate, send a link over and we will pimp it for you happily. Sky Models going, yeah, they weren't Liverpool fans causing the trouble. Yeah, I know, mate. It just drives you potty, doesn't it? Because been a West Ham fan, you know, you'd have one bloke in a West Ham shirt having a fight and suddenly it was the ICF, you know, the ICF are running rampage through East London, and it's like, really? Yeah. Does annoy you, mate, you know. Model Making and Mayhem's using a blast from the past there. Yobbos. God, I haven't heard that word in years. And as my granddad used to say, riff-raff. Oh, they were right old riff-raff over there. Where did these words come from? Right. I think it's a bit of gallery time, folks, if you fancy a bit of that. So I'm just going to have a look at sharing the gallery screen, which is that one there. Get rid of my ugly mug out of there, like so. And we'll do a bit of the gallery, mate. So I'm just going to pop that in there and ship that over there, because that'll cheer him up, because he's been a bit down in the dumps. Right, Shane D. Youngs has put up a picture there. A Svedsta 135 BMW R75 with scratch-built crate. Very fiddly, but enjoyed making it. It will be added to the diorama soon. Let's have a little looky-loo, mate. Oh, look at that. Did you say that's 35th? Wow. I like that. Nice bit of texture and weathering going on there. I love how you guys just do all the different colouring on the fabrics and all of that. It's just mint. Look at that. Shane, mate, I'm loving that. Does look rather menacing. I've got a little motorcycle and sidecar that I bought, and it's a Russian motorcycle and sidecar. And the sidecar passenger's actually carrying a pig, and I haven't figured out why. Yeah, Raging Modeler is giving it large there since we spoke about it. Is my Minecraft music. Yeah, bung up some videos of your riffs, mate, and we'll give them a sherry pops at some point. Little refresh there because, yeah, you guessed it, folks. Yeah, it's rabbit time, isn't it? Yeah, bless him. Jacqueline at Crochet Art is the link there. So there's a nice little link in there now. And it also appears at the end of the credits for this show, as well as all my newly released videos as well. There's a little nod to Jacqueline over at Jacqueline Crochet Art because she does wonderful stuff. Oh, there's 11 pictures in there. Let's have a quick looky look. I think we've seen Humpty Dumpty. Yeah, come on, refresh. There you go. So how'd you do that? Did you do that in sections? Is it triangles? Oh, the octopus. Oh, cuteness alert with the mask. Very relevant at the moment. Oh, detachable mask as well. Oh. Got the patience of a saint, you really have. Oh, look at that. It's a bag, isn't it? Wow. Oh, my God. There you go. Nice banner as well. Yeah. Oh, cute bear alert. Oh, dear. Oh, my God. Yeah. It's all about the rabbit. Sarge is saying to Beaker, he's just loading the dishwasher, and Sarge says it's not fair to call the missus the dishwasher. Lewis Williams has posted up there, gammon dinner made lovingly by his beautiful wife. Yeah, mate. Yeah, I think she'll be battering you, mate, with that gravy pot at the end of this. Does look nice, though. James Chapman, something a little bit different. Sat here building a micro blocks Pikachu that me and Alicia Williams got my sister for her birthday. See, am I going to show my expert knowledge and say, is that Pokemon? God, if I'm right, I'm going to be so happy. I've got something right that's reasonably modern. God, you've got the patience of a saint to sit there and do that. Half them bricks would be getting eaten at this moment in time by my carpet monster. Wow. And that's say micro Lego. Wow. Oh, some more there. James has contributed to the album. James Chapman, much easier, mate, isn't it, with the old albums? 78 pictures you bunged in there and all, mate. Good man. Oh, yeah, he's been moving all these pictures about in his albums, bless him, with his TIE fighters and his trains. And yeah. It's good, actually, now we're doing the albums thing because, like you say, you can grow your album and people can really see a lot of your work. Because I do, I binge visit sites and I'll go through someone's album and I'll just sit there and I'm like, wow, you know, 9 times out of 10, if I haven't already subbed to their channel, by the time I've got, you know, a few photos in, mate, I'm looking for a YouTube link. So, yeah, Foxy's going, the octopus is his favourite of those nitty things. Oh, mate, I just love the rabbit. I don't know why. I've got this image of the rabbit with a pork pie out on rabbits because they rabbit. Yeah. 78 pictures, mate. I can't do all 78, I'm afraid, though, James, but let's have a little scrolly pops and see whether I can find some recent ones, because I'm not sure what I've shown and what I haven't shown, mate. And I don't want people to see the same pictures, but there's 78 pictures in there. Is that a Humvee? Yeah, got a bit of an Humvee. And that's a Lego one and all, dude. Wow. Oh, mate, if I find a big box of Lego bricks, mate, I'm going to be sending them up to you and go, just build me something. What have we got? Shane's Vamp has put a couple of pictures in. New to the world of 3D printing is Shane. Got a guest, but what did I do there? I just took the gallery down, and I, you doofus. 2 secs, let's just add that back. I've got you muted at the moment, Reese, bear with me, mate. Reese has popped in to keep me company. Hello, Reese, how you doing, mate? I'm just doing the gallery at the moment, mate, and then we'll come on and do a little bit about you and what you do, mate, all right?
Cool, yeah, no worries, Colin. That's all good.
All that, mate. So in case people wonder who the additional voice is, Reese was about there, and he's messaged me, and I hope you're feeling a bit better, mate. I won't go into details, but hopefully this will cheer you up, mate.
Yeah, most definitely. Just had some errands to run this morning, so
I'm just going to pop the gallery full screen, mate. Feel free to add your commentary as you choose, mate, and
cool.
When we're done with the gallery, we'll do a little bit on what you've been up to, mate.
Yeah, no worries.
So yeah, Vampy, bless him, has come into the world of 3D printing. I'm not sure whether is that an Ender Pro or is that the Prusia, mate. But welcome to the world of 3D printing, Vamp. First thing you want to print yourself, mate, is a little 2-part spool. Go on to Thingiverse. And there's a little 2-part filament spool that you can print yourself. That way you can put your filament on a printer spool and it will stop it tightening up around that post. Because you could end up with quite a nasty snag there, mate. So it's the 2-part filament spool. It comes to pieces. I've got one over in my cabinet that I can show on the webcam when we come off of doing the gallery, mate, but it's worth looking at because Dave did it. He put his filament on the spool and it snagged up, and I sent him a link to it. So if it comes to it, I'll send you the file down, Vamp. I've got shed loads of STL files, so we'll send that down to you. So that's Vampy. He's been doing a bit of 3D printing, bless him.
That is incredible, that 3D print stuff. I think
yeah, I love it, Reese. To be honest with you, mate. You probably noticed I'm hooked on it, mate.
Yeah, you're slowly converting me into it, you know. I'm just having to save up for the 3D printer.
Yeah, it's one of those. I mean, I sidelining there. I found with it that I started to apply it to every single build that I was doing was getting something created and 3D printed, and it does. It opens up. Excuse me. Opens up a wealth of opportunities because all those little bits of scatter terrain diorama stuff like oil drums and detritus you can now knock out on the printer. And Fox is saying he's going to scoot and he'll try and be back later. Yeah, no worries, Fox. Hope the tooth gets better, mate.
Catch you later, Fox.
Frankie goes to Bobbywood. He's saying once again he's got an empty bench, but he's got a sweet breakfast in his belly. Homemade waffles, whipped cream, blueberries, and an iced white chocolate. Is that mochaccino? See, I'm mispronouncing words again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the very one, mate. I had
That's
to
the
check
one.
the date. I had to check the date there for a minute. I thought it was Monday night. Festa can't pronounce anything on these factoid moment.
Oh, that bang goes to die looking at that though.
Oh, mate, yeah. It's like, it's funny. He posts up quite a lot of photos of what he's having and that, and I'm like, wow.
Oh, look at that.
Yeah, it's like Sarge.
Oh,
Gordon Ramsay don't need Gordon Ramsay, mate. Not with these two,
yeah.
mate.
Eat your heart out there.
You know, I think we got, was it Frankie and Benny's? I think we could have Frankie and Sarge's.
Sarge's, yeah.
What do you reckon, Sarge? Got a ring to it, innit, eh? Frankie and Sarge's. I'll do some artwork, mate. Oh, mate, could you imagine Sarge getting all Gordon Ramsay in the kitchen, giving everyone a look?
Yeah. Gordon Ramsay's got the shout and Sarge has got the look.
Absolutely. Frankie goes to his dinner there. It is that with fresh bread. Yeah.
Yeah. wish. Yeah, I'm not going to try and pronounce that.
You got a mini pizza.
Oh, do you remember those really crappy mini pizzas you used to get from like Iceland that were about £1 and you got like 10?
Mate, I've never had a pizza. I can't have cheese, can I?
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah. Oh man. Yeah. That's what those little pizzas remind me of. You got like
funny. I often look at them and I'm like, but I once rung up Domino's and said, "Could I have a pizza without cheese, please?" you get that awkward silence. It's a bit like when you go through the McDonald's drive-in and they go, "Is there anything else?" And you go, "Oh yeah, there is." And I go, "What's that? How did you get the cow in the milkshake machine?" You just drive off and leave them going.
Well, I tried to go through. So I thought I'd test it. So I sat for 2 hours on the bike in the drive-through queue.
Yeah.
Got to the speaker and they wouldn't serve me because I was on the bike.
Oh, there's that picture that's been doing the rounds on social media. The guy in Texas who's got like the cardboard cutout car that he's holding up. Stood at the drive-in, and I'm like, 10 out of 10, mate. Yeah. Wouldn't we all love to do that? But I'm in a car. Yeah. Could you stand there? Yeah. Could you stand there with one of Paul Bretland's Tamiya built cars, all done up to the nines, and you hold it at just the right distance from yourself, so it looks like you're sat in it and you're going full brum brum noises, and they serve you and you go, "Cheers, mate," and then you get the Tamiya car and
just walk off with it.
Yeah. Thousands of modelers are going, "Do you know something, Festa?" You'll see it now on the news. McDonald's inundated by people holding plastic toys, plastic model cars.
Oh, what's that?
That is cheese, ham, and paprika relish. Oh. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, one of them.
One of them, a bit of that. So he's been on night. He's been stuck on night shift, bless him, since the year dot. And I mean, can I imagine working nights next to this guy when he gets his lunchbox out? That's wrong. He gets his packed lunch for the day or his dinner that he preps at home and all of that, and you'd be sat there with your slightly bendy, wonky ham sandwich, looking at his plate of loveliness, going,
"Bastard." I mean,
bar steward, I think he is.
Bar steward, that's the right. Yeah.
Bar steward. See, when I first saw that, I thought that was a tongue. And I'm sitting there going, "Cool, yeah, look, looks a nice bit of tongue that is." And someone politely reminded me that it's a pepper.
See, I quite like tongue, but I mean, I'm not sure if I'd like it if it was tongue-shaped.
Well, what shape do you expect it to be?
Well, do you know when you buy it from the deli, you get it in a little circle, don't you?
Yeah, it's a rolled-up tongue, Reese.
You've missed my picturism, didn't you?
Yeah, don't be like Beaker. No, but anyway, on a quick front, cheers, it's nice of you to pop in and keep me company, mate.
No, that's all right. That's all right.
I do like feeding off of people. You know what I mean? I'm my own worst company, and I've chatting to myself, but it's nice just to look up and see someone sat there.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you for having me.
Back at us, mate. But I should have got you to put some talcum powder on your head. People would have thought it was Dave then.
Yeah, yeah. Hang on, I've got a wig. I haven't got a wig.
Oh, if you've got a wig, mate, then I'm going to be taking you off the list, letting you have some alone time, mate.
They don't call me Shirley for nothing.
Well, there you go, mate. Yeah, Saturday night crash. There was no crash last night. Sadly missed, mate. Hopefully, gents, see you next Saturday.
Was it VJ Day already? Wow.
Yeah, James is on tonight, I do believe, at 8 o'clock, the model officer. So look out for that, folks.
Yeah, yeah. Ah.
Oh, just having a swig of tea there. Apologies. So that was that. And he's got a Japanese plane there. I suppose the clue is in the logo and the Japanese writing.
Is that funny little red circle, Cole?
Something about the Japanese aircraft, though, isn't it? It's like the Zeros and that, you know. You see people wear, because obviously they were prone to the paint coming off very quickly because they didn't have primers, did they? And
no.
But some of these, excuse me, some of these planes they've got are phenomenally built by the modelers out there. And
yeah, I saw one a while ago. I can't think where it was now, but I think it was. I think when Midway, the film Midway was released.
Yeah.
And someone had made a sort of like I think it was 48 scale carrier with a zero on it, and it looks so good. They do look really good.
We've seen the Japanese guy that does the all the fancy dioramas where he's got exploding aircraft and stuff.
Yeah,
mate.
It makes you wonder, doesn't it? It's like, how do you do it?
Mate, honestly, I'd go over to Japan and marry him just to bring him back so he could teach me how he does the dioramas.
Yeah.
Mate. I mean, it's just phenomenal. There's a Dutch bloke that does it as well. He's got a couple of books out on a diorama something they're called, I suppose for obvious reasons, because they're about dioramas.
Yeah.
But yeah, and again, you know, it's things like aircraft hitting or crashing into a field and they're digging the trench and all the dirt is splaying out and you're like, the vision of the idea, and then you think the execution of it as well. It's like, wow, you know.
So I have the ideas. It's just getting the ideas into motion and getting it on the bench. That's where I start.
Absolutely, mate. Sarge is saying now, actually, fried tongue with horseradish is quite tasty. Yeah, I had roux burgers once when I was down under, and what else was it? Ostrich.
Yeah,
well.
You can get all that sort of stuff in like Iceland, can't you now?
You can now, yeah. It's strange for some reason. I kept thinking of poor old Rodol's emu. You know, and I'm like, Kyle, it was only a puppet. You are not eating emu. But yeah, and I just thought, oh mate, yeah, I was like, I just felt guilty. I'm like, oh, I'm eating emu. Yeah,
she's gonna hate me for saying this, but when Clarice's mum was born, she was born over in Africa. She got chased by an emu when she was a kid.
Oh wow! I got bitten by an horse when I was a kid, and it's surprising how much an horse tooth hurts when it nips you, mate.
Yeah, the girl I used to go to school with, she got bit on the face by a horse.
Yeah, I was sort of just below the rib cage, mate. You know.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and it proper, you know, it's only been friendly. Like, I had a big handful of nosh for it, like, you know, and it devoured that and thought it was still eating, but it was gnawing at my t-shirt, you know.
Like goats will eat anything, won't they?
Yeah, you know, and there was this 9-year-old Festa doing the proper Michael Flatley's because this horse had his belly in its teeth and I'm nibbling. I took it like a man, mate, you know. I was like,
yeah, I can imagine.
That smarted a bit, didn't it?
Yeah.
No, I whimpered and whinged like a proper princess. I got mummy hugs and tummy rubs and
yeah, that's the way to do it, isn't it?
Yeah, and Mum done me a nice cup of Ovaltine, and that's a big
tucked you into
it.
bed. Yeah.
Oh, proper, mate. I milked it for all it was. It's funny, my skins watch this back, and they're probably sitting there remembering this. For those that don't know, Skin and Blisters sisters.
Yeah.
Shout out to Wilma Flintstone and Betty Rubble. They know who they are.
Hello.
Wilma and Betty is what I call them, and I can imagine my younger sister throwing something at her TV because I've called her Wilma live on here.
Oh, mate, look at that. What is that?
That is mint, isn't it?
Yeah. Is that sheep?
This is Adam Barber's post. It is an F-15D tribute to the fallen, and it's the 72nd. Oh no, he was looking for his completed 72nd M35th Hind and wanted to share the photos of the interior as it's been built.
Oh man, I do love the Hind. I was looking at one I watch quite often is Mr. Flory's 32. Is it 32 or 35th scale Hind? Yeah, man, that thing's incredible. They're beautiful aircraft.
Oh yeah, and again, it's the detail, isn't it?
Look at that.
It's mint. I mean, we all remember those rather beautiful builds that we did, the Hueys, and the engine detail and that, and I still can't bring myself to paint it. It very nearly made it to the bench during the week, but I put it back on the shelf. Can't do it.
I think mine's found the bin now, actually.
I had a feeling it might, because you might have cut it in half, didn't you?
Yeah, I was trying to be clever and it didn't work.
Yeah. I'll sort you out in a minute, Phil, mate, to join the group, and we'll get you in there, mate. Actually, if I do it now, just in case you want to post any pictures, so let's approve you there, mate. And then I'll come back to where I was down there, just in case you want to post anything. Apologies for the speed scrolling, folks. Okay. And perfectly timed. Now, see, Raging Modeler here, late night, early morning painting process, and Minx with his miniature giant space hamster. Now, look how small these figures are.
Yeah.
Look at the quality of the paintwork.
That is mad.
How do these guys do this?
I know. Does he have like a one-haired brush or something?
I mean, I'm lucky enough to be in a few of the other groups as well with the other builders. The E-Models crew as well, and that. And there's a fella in there, Simon Reynolds, that paints the miniatures, also known as Kevin Reynolds. He's been on the modcasts with us before, and he does all of these Games Workshop stuff. And how the hell do you do it?
Yeah.
I mean, you are talking to a bloke who's got 2 pots of Citadel paint, so I've not really explored the medium, perhaps, but
yeah, it is an art. I mean, I've got a few of the 40k stuff.
I went out and bought one of those 5 lens optivisors because my eyesight is pretty ropey, as you know. And, I'm hoping that because Vince sent me over a load of the Reaper blokes. They've got Grimghasts, is it, or Grindghasts?
Oh, yeah.
Reaper fellas, the dead blokes that float, basically. And,
yeah.
He sent me over a load of them, and I want to paint them. And I've got a custom booster blaster car, which is one of the Warhammer Orcs to paint, and. I will get round to doing them, but it's been able to see, and for me, if I can't see something, it's so frustrating.
I get a bit like the 35th scale stuff. I do a lot of the figure painting for those, and they come out mediocre.
Yeah.
But you see some of the guys on the forums and that, and you're like, how are you doing that?
Well, yeah, I mean, for me, it is, half the battle for me is being able to see what I'm applying the paint to. And if I can't, I lose interest, because it is frustrating when you can't see where the end of your paintbrush is going because it's all blurry, And I've got 2 pairs of different prescription varifocals. And even when I'm doing this, I'm hunting around for a strong bit to read the chat, you know. So I'm gonna go back to wearing different glasses for different things. But
yeah. I normally wear the glasses for the close-up stuff, but I still. I say it's painting this sort of the techniques and stuff that I get confused with.
I did an at the bench mod class with Fox and that, and we had the bench cams on, and I was sat there with my Optivisor reading the chat on my Android tablet.
Yeah,
you know, and I'm like,
that is good though. I like that.
That is spectacular, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when you see it, it's a little Judge Dredd there cleaning up some primer. This is a nasty mould line and he hates it. Can't get in there, so it's been suggested that I get some 400 to 600 and cut a small strip of it off to get it. Yeah. I've got the little sanding. I'm trying to think what they're called. If I go on the other screen, without I was on the screen, I've got those.
Oh yeah,
you know, just 3D printed. Dave sent me over the link because he sat and made these because he wanted to get
like hand
easy sanders or whatever they are. And I just bought some strips of different wet and dry, made the loops on the end, glued them to them, and just 3D printed out the frames. But yeah, they come in really handy, and I use them for like me resin figures and things like that when I'm sanding them. Respirator is warm, by the way. Ray's in, saying hello to everyone. Hello, Ray.
Hello, Ray.
We've got no Dave this week. We've got Reese, who's jumped in to keep me company, to stop me arguing with myself.
We've got model making mayhem saying it's a Muppet. I'm not sure if that's
that's the emu, isn't it, mate?
Oh yeah.
It is. It's only a puppet, isn't it?
It's only a puppet.
You know, it's one of them. I used to work with a guy called Lee. I was just about to say his surname then. I very nearly did. And when Rod Old, bless him, fell off his roof and sadly departed this world, he didn't think what he was saying. He just immediately blurted out, "Was the emu hurt?" And I looked at him and I went, "What do you mean?" And he went, "Oh God," he said, "What a burp." I said, "One, it's only a puppet." I said, "But why would Rod Hull be on the roof of his own house with his emu?"
Emu in there.
Yeah, I like, he's changing the roof area. What was he? Emu gonna give him a hand? And he's like, "Oh mate, don't tell everyone." Of course, when it was lunch break.
Oh yeah.
As you do. Here, Lee, how's the emu, mate? Yeah. Every time I see him, I shout over to him, "It's only a puppet."
Only a puppet.
Yeah, he gives me the usual response.
Is it the universal sign of disapproval?
Yeah, the universal one. That's the Raging Modeler there saying started work on the Battlestar Galactica Viper Mark II.
Nice.
Oh, bit of Starship super wonderfulness. You're going to light it up.
Do it.
Yeah, get Arduino kit. Thoroughly recommend it, mate.
I tell you what, these bunch of reprobates, they get you into all sorts of trouble. They do with Arduino kits and 3D printers and. Oh yeah. It's funny. I caught up with Dave Friday, I think it was, for an hour because I knew he was going away, and I said to him, like, he was chatting about something. I said, "Go out and buy it." He said, "Bloody hell," he said, "I don't get paid till Wednesday." He said, already you've spent half my wages. I went, "Oh yeah." And I've convinced him to buy his new PC, bless him. So yeah. Oh, did not got that yet.
He got one off of Amazon, one of the behind the telly. But it, dare I say, it didn't have the oomph for what he needs it for.
No, yeah.
You know, hosting Hangouts and things like that. I mean, you know, I was to say to you, it took 10 minutes just to load Windows. Yeah.
Oh, crikey. Yeah.
They're all right as a media streamer PC or like, you know, Kodi box, that type of thing. But to do live streaming like we do and all the video editing, it was no. So he's getting a thin client now. So he's
fair enough.
Yeah, he's got his eye on one, and I said, yeah, go and get it.
Bless him. He was so excited about getting that PC as well, wasn't he? He was like,
it was a bit of a letdown at the end of the day, but yeah, he got a pair of reprobates there that are doing a Sunday brunch, ironically, same time as us. This is one I saw. Nims, she finished her D&D map, and it's on at DeviantArt.
Oh,
there's a nice little link for it there, but yeah, look at that. Now, you are talking to the bloke that is about to be educated by Vincent and Sarge on how to play Dungeons and Dragons. I've got no idea. I've printed out my dice box, a sexy little wooden print. I think you've seen that, haven't you? I printed out that with the old wood filament on the 3D printer.
Yeah, that is clever, that is.
With my figures inside and all of that lot. And bless his heart, Vince was like, when I got me printer, he said, oh, can you print me a dice box for Dungeons and Dragons? So me being me, I'm like, yeah, of course I will. What's Dungeons and Dragons? That question I should never have asked, because he's now made it his one-man mission to educate Festa in Dungeons and Dragons, and it's now developed into a So Nim has done a beautiful map there. For those that know the game will probably appreciate this. And nip over to DeviantArt and have a little looky-loo.
Yeah,
very talented.
Yeah, Clarice, she's just got into D&D with her work lot, and it confuses the hell out of me. I'm like, I have no idea what you're on about.
I think Dave used to do it, didn't he? Dave Barker used to do all the tabletop stuff.
Yeah, that's right.
And they used to be into that, probably because they was the same height as him.
Yeah, like Hobbit.
He is very tiny. I must admit, I met him and he put my hat on and he took 3 steps before the hat moved. So another picture of Frankie's dinner there. Get hold of that.
Look at that. See, if I had that on a night shift and I was on the old ambulances there, I'd be well happy with that.
If I had that, I would be doing the Michael Flatleys, mate.
Yeah.
You know, it'd be a proper Gryffindor and Harry Potter moment.
And the Hufflepuffs, yeah.
Yeah, you got it. That's James with his Sunday parade, letting people know that it's going to be later on today. So,
I got to apologise to James, because where it says operations room, I thought it said gentleman's room, and I was like, wait, is that what I think it says? Not got my glasses.
Yeah, is that your excuse, is it?
Yeah.
Remind me to use that one tomorrow on the E-Model show. Actually, I think I might have tried that and got told pretty bluntly that excuses weren't allowed.
I get that quite a lot though. So,
Nat Williamson there has got a new diamond art design that she's working on for a live stream. Good shameless plug there, Nat. Good for you, love. There is something about a wolf.
Yeah,
it's very tranquil, isn't it? There's another lady that crafter that does wolf pictures as well, and you just look at them and you think,
I think it's that kind of Native American thing, isn't it? Because I love the old eagles as well.
Yeah, I've always, I can remember a program when I was a kid. I don't think you would know it, but it was Grizzly Adams, it was called. The Life and Times of Grizzly Adams. And it was about an American person that left the big city life and went and lived in a shack in the wilderness with the bears, the wolves, and all of that. And there's something about that environment, isn't there, when you see it on the TV and you think, I'd love to be there. I mean, I am that bloke who would like to live in a painting that Bob Ross painted.
Yeah, with your happy little tree friends. And
because Bob Ross has got all the little happy little trees and happy rocks and happy squirrels and everything's lovely and tranquil. And you think...
he doesn't have accidents.
I want to go and live there because it seems a nice little happy world.
Yeah, yeah.
It's the hippie of me coming out, isn't it? Steve Mundy there, bit of progress on the next speeder. Still full of gaps, of course, but she has something. And these are Jaguar E-type starter kits he bases. And honestly, I love his vision. It's the Jaguar I did the Austin Powers decal wrap on.
Yeah, yeah. Well, that's different, isn't it?
I just love this guy's vision, you know. I had it when Lee kindly sent me a box of Greebles, and I did the Greebly box build tank, didn't I?
That's right, yeah.
And I've still got half the box of Greebles kicking around the workshop, and I've seen some of what this guy does, and I'm like, do you know something? Yeah. He's conjured up a bit of, and I love what he does. I think he's the same fella that does or made the spaceship out of the 2 water pistols. Did you see that?
Oh, yeah. That's pretty impressive.
And I was pretty blown away by that, mate.
That is incredible.
No pun intended, water pistol.
I tell you what, because I quite like my Star Wars. And I was watching the first one, I think it was, the other day. And I sort of was trying to get my head around how I could make a radio control speeder. You know, with the way it hovers, and it's like, how could you do that? And I thought,
mini drone workings, mate.
Yeah, and ducted fans and things. I was thinking, because that'd be wow.
I think you can get the hover ships, can't you? Which is the spaceship that's got the central fan with the turbine.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so using the workings out of that into a kit bash. But you've got to think of the weight, you know, if it gets too heavy, is it going to be able to lift the weight, and will it need more?
Going to float and stuff, yeah.
But I just love his vision, you know. I sit there and I look at that, and I'm like, you can see the individual Greebles that he's using. But when it's all painted up, you're like,
yeah. When I will weather them up and that sort of stuff, it looks really good.
And I love it. It's like Cole does it over making models, you know. And I decided to scratch build this spaceship out of an Atmel pot from the fridge. And I'm like...
Well, part of the... I'm in one of the model boat clubs here in Essex, and some of the guys that build the battleships, they like make turrets out of like deodorant can tops and stuff. It's like, how did you...
Cynical Steve. Yeah, it was Steve. Yeah. I couldn't remember, Steve. Apologies, but and I love the vision. You know, to be able to sit there and cobble that together. But I can imagine him round the shop, you know, somewhere like Poundland or them sort of bric-a-brac shops, and he's looking at it, going, "Oh, I could make that out of that, that out of that, that out of that." You know, and he comes out with a basket load of what other people would think is junk or tap.
Yeah,
and he goes and creates stuff like this, and it's like pack your bench away time, isn't it?
It is, yeah. As I say, my problem is having the. So I have an idea. It's just getting it down onto the bench is my problem.
Yeah, but this is where the 3D printing can come into its own race, because this is what I find. I drag and drop all my ideas into a CAD package, and then I sit there and blend it all together, and the computer does the blending for me, so to speak, you know. And it makes it a lot easier for me. It's funny, Vincent's built one of these and lit it all up, and it's an absolute beautiful work of art that he's done. And it is one of those growl builds that I will end up getting one of these. And it is the Space Battleship Yamato kit. And it was back in the days when they were not very accurate. It's a 1978 variant. So, yeah. It's an oldie, but...
Oh, look at that.
But there is just something appealing about this kit. And I can remember when Vince put his up on the shelf in his man cave, and it was the first time I'd actually seen close-ups of it, and it really is a work of art, and it's stuck with me ever since. And it's like anything, as kids we all build battleships and all of that.
Yeah.
But the space battleship idea, I think, is a great concept.
Yeah,
think of the Greebles you could throw on it.
Oh, you can put anything on that, couldn't you? Really, it could be anything.
So yeah,
Look at that. That is.
it's,
See what my RC brain's going. How could I put a radio control gear in that?
yeah. I mean, I'm looking at Raspberry Pi and all the gubbins that you can put in there and moving turrets. And I'm like, whoa, yeah.
Soundboards and
proper boom boom spacey noises and
yeah.
So, Jacqueline's saying, happy days. Some of her yarn has arrived today, so I can make a start on my first order project that will be going to Scotland.
Nice.
Happy days.
Oh, PBY. Look at that.
Yeah.
Look at that.
Again, look at that. It is. Yeah. I love seeing these seascape dioramas. Have you seen the U-boat one?
Yeah.
And I keep meaning to sit there. One of the fellas that built one, he sent me some video footage of the build, and I'm going to sit and watch it because it's pretty much how he does it. And it's
See, I was watching, I can't think who it was now, Luke APS, I think it was, because he does a very good water trick. And it's very cheap. It's just like silicone and IPA.
Yeah.
And it comes out really nice. Really, really nice.
It is. It's... like I say, it just draws you in. Again, it's a bit like the wilderness, isn't it, with the wolves? There's something about sea water, and when you see a seascape done, it's tranquil, isn't it? It's like, no matter what.
No, it's what because here in Southend, I go down to the seafront every now and then and just go and sit down there and watch the world go by. Yeah.
Mark Burgess got a quick review there of Dazworks EF126 and 127 kit for your viewing pleasure. I've got a feeling our friend Sarge has got this.
Oh.
This is the one with the twin pulse jets, isn't it? On the Doodle Bug.
That's it, yeah.
And I'm sure Sergeant Bones has got this. Either he's building it or about to build it. And I'm kind of really looking forward to seeing it done because he's got an eye for detail, and I can imagine he's going to execute that really well.
Oh, so this is my jam coming up.
Sarge is saying he does have it. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that, Sarge, because with your skill set, mate, I can imagine that being rather sexy. Lewis Williams is doing a live stream with light-hearted chat and banter as he continues, to build the 1/32 scale Lancaster bomber on the 29th of June at 3 p.m. So that's tomorrow. And also, don't forget to like and subscribe. Honestly, that looks a beast of a kit. And then I'm thinking, where would I put one?
Yeah, I tell you what, me and Felicia were talking about this a while ago, and I'd love to build one of these. And I was thinking about making it into a table, a glass top table.
Yeah, I've got a mate that hangs his jets vertically off the wall in his man cave, and he's got them all along the wall because it saves shelf space, and it's a nifty little idea,
Yeah.
I know full well the minute I moved my chair around, I'd knock half of them off the wall, mate. But...
yeah. But there's a couple, I can't remember where they're from, but there's a couple that do the rounds in the model railway shows. Yeah. And their layout is a front room.
Yeah.
And the layout's in the coffee table, and it's really, really clever.
There's one fellow who did a coffee table diorama, didn't he?
That's right.
And stuff. Yeah. It is pretty damn sweet. It's me just putting my fan on because it's getting rather warm. Frank doing a Mediterranean bulgur after a hot working day. I tell you, mate, road trip to Frankie's at this rate, isn't it?
Yeah. I'll pick you up on the way through, should I go?
Yeah, I've got to do a road trip to Nats to have dinner with her and Lewis. I've then got to nip over to Jacqueline's to have dinner with her and pick up my rabbit. And I think we'll get on a ferry and head over to Frankie's.
Yeah.
And then pop over to Sarge for a nice evening supper. Yeah, mate, we're going to be sat there like Shaggy and Scooby-Doo, isn't
Need bigger bellies.
Tom's going, need to upgrade your tool arsenal, and there's a link there for tool reviews and the place that he gets them from. So if you need any tools,
just be careful. Be careful how you say Arsenal.
Yeah. Even more so on a Sunday lunchtime when there might be children watching. He's over at Not So Average Builder, and that's his little place that he gets his tools from. Philip Pash, look, sir, droids putting the band back together. See, I've kind of wanted to do this set, since Noah thought about building his boat,
Yeah. I reckon with your Arduino, you could do some really cool stuff with the R2 unit.
Well, yeah, not only that, but have you ever known me to do a Star Wars as a Star Wars?
Well, that's true. Yeah. That cat is something a bit special, isn't it?
Yeah, so it's what I would come up with for these two, And dare I say it, to mess with the heads of some people, I would probably somewhere put K9 on one of them just to mess with people.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. It's every time I see them, I've seen these and I've seen the C3PO and R2, and I keep thinking, do you know something? I could do something, a bit odd, a bit different. So I probably will get them eventually.
I'm just trying to think what you could do. You could do like a dustbin or something, maybe like a.
Yeah, it's one of those full Arduino, the living daylights out of them, and it's. I don't know, like the brain's going. I mean, I did the Millennium Falcon as a New York taxi. I've got the TIE Fighter that's the police car.
Yeah. You did the
ATST as a SWAT.
Yeah.
And the cat, don't forget, the AT-AT. So
you did the Speeder as a police car? Or was it someone else I'm thinking of?
No, I did the TIE Fighter as the police car.
That's right, yeah.
It's actually about to come apart just to have a new Nino fitted, so just to finish it off. But yeah, I look at 3PO and I think, what could I do to him?
What could you do with him? Yeah.
But would it be sacrilege? I don't know. I mean, it will be done tastefully, but I've never. I've never done a Star Wars kit as a Star Wars kit, and it's not that I hate on Star Wars. I love it to death, but it also proves that in the model making genre, you can do things differently if you want to. And
I've never actually done a Star Wars kit. I need to get on that and have a look.
Yeah. Hold your head in shame. But then you are talking to the bloke who's never built a Spitfire kit. So
you got to change that soon, Carl.
Oh yeah, I've got the Iron Maiden Aces High, haven't I?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
This is Lewis. What he achieved in his live stream, 30-second scale Lancaster.
Lewis, you're tempting my wallet here, mate.
Osric saying he's trying to imagine R2D2 in REF camo. Yeah, it brings back the one where the fella did the Starship. I've got the same kit over here. It's a Star Trek kit, and it's the Enterprise, a Klingon ship, and a Romulan ship. And they're all three together, and it's got like a little lighting diorama and all of that lot, And he did one as Japanese plane livery, one as Luftwaffe, and one as RAF, Second World War. And it was so brilliantly executed that they all looked correct in their paint. It was spot on.
What you could do is a Borg cube as a big yellow self-storage unit.
I see a guy make one of them out of sprues, mate, and I was blown away.
Yeah. Oh, look at that.
Look at the detail in it. But then it's 30-second scale, isn't it?
Yeah. The only problem with this is it's just so blooming expensive. It's like
Yeah, but it's funny. I thought that until I had an interesting conversation with Ted, and it was about the big submarine.
Oh yeah.
I'd get one, but it's a lot of money. He said, but when you think about it, he said it's like 40 quid to me a kit, isn't it?
Oh yeah, I suppose so. Yeah.
He said because each module or compartment is its own kit. He said, so if you can imagine you've just been out and bought, I don't know, 5 Tamiya motorbikes or tanks or whatever. He said, you equate all of that together into this one kit, and It's a philosophy that I totally agree with. So I've seen a few people. There's a couple of people, Ted included, I know, that are doing the Titanic, and Nigel over at Nigel's modelling bench. And, you know, you sort of think, God, it's a lot of money to put on one kit, but it's not just one kit. Look how many months it's going to take to build. Look at the detail you can achieve and the lighting and all of that. So because it's a one-off purchase and you're paying that for a kit, it seems expensive. But I think when you even it out, it's actually pound for pound probably equivalent to 5 or 6 normal kits, isn't it, mate?
Yeah. Well, one other thing I was thinking about doing with the Lancaster is sounding it up, because I can't remember where I saw it. I think it was on YouTube somewhere. You can get it's on YouTube. Yeah, it's got YouTube. Radio chatter from a Lancaster.
I must admit, if I did one, I would do full audio on it, and it would be literally the engine starting up, pop, 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 pop. All of that gubbins and all coming on at different speeds. Hence the Arduino and. I would do that. Lewis is now thinking, Festa, can you do me an Arduino kit?
Hang on a minute, mate. Can you?
But it's funny. He does really tiny photo etch, and I hate him for that because he can see it.
I struggle with photo etch.
David Powell contributed to the album Sprue and Glue. See, this is the beauty of doing albums. I'm getting to know now the people's names and their YouTube handles, because like me, mine's different to my name. So
Likewise.
I don't always get the names right, so apologies if I do get your names wrong. But with the albums now, I am getting to associate people with who they are, and it's like, I only realised it was an issue. I had someone contact me just after I started doing lives when we was doing the Smoke Crew stuff way back in the day. And he recognised my spanner I wear around my arm, my infamous 10mm spanner, because every mechanic loses their 10mm spanner. And he said, you're that bloke who built the bus. And I'm like, yeah. I didn't realise, because no one had seen who I was. And that's when I started realising, let the world see who you are and start marrying your real name over with your YouTube, and people get to know you.
See, the good thing is my YouTube name is literally just my initials. I was that original. Model Making Truck is saying he's getting the Titanic next, and also in big capital letters, Colin, can you do me one of those, please?
Nat's now looking at him, going,
don't do it.
Yeah, be even better when he realises you can operate it with a remote control.
Yeah.
And he'd be waiting just as Nat's bringing the dinner in. It'd be on
the backfire. Yeah. Oh, that is cool.
It's mint, isn't it? I love that.
Yeah. I'm just trying to figure out what that reminds me of. I think that's kind of Battlestar Galactica, isn't it?
What was them things? Was it Captain Scarlet and the Mystery?
Yeah, like Thunderbirds and all that.
Yeah, that sort of. Was it Angel Interceptors and things like that?
Yeah, that's right.
But it used to have the big torpedo-y type thing on the front, didn't it?
Yeah. Brilliant.
Honestly, you've got to go and see these albums, folks. There's another one there. He's got the 1/35 scale, 88mm FLAC, 36, 37 on my first attempt diorama.
See, those kits are quite rare now, I think. The old half track and the FLAC Panzer.
Yeah, and there's a lovely album here of the build-up process of this and the diorama.
See, this just goes to show you that it doesn't matter how old the Tamiya kit is. There's still a great quality. I mean, I know some of them were a bit ropey back in the day, but
oh, absolutely. There's 26 photos in that album for folks to have a look at. I'm just going to scoot through to some of the nearly finished ones because I want to try and get through as many folks as I can this week, bless you. But again, you know, I said it with, I think, was it Archie that did the one where the tank barrel's poking out over the hedge?
Yeah, that's right.
I just love that. I just love the fact that, you know, it's thought out like that. And again, you know, I've got a little British arm. I don't know why I'm about to hold that up because we're not actually on camera, but I've got a little British 8-pound gun, and I'm going to do that on a little ceramic tile sized diorama, you know, just something short and sweet and to the point, you know. And
yeah.
but that's the beauty with dioramas. Carl did that beautiful harbour scene that he's doing with all the different kits and that, you know, and I get blown away by some of the creativity that folks have.
Look at that detail as well. That's what catches my eyes with the dios. That's why I like doing them. Is put the little details and that in there.
Well, yeah, because there's folks out there. They have little details that catch your eye. So no matter what angle you're looking at the piece from, there's always something that draws you in. What's that in there? You know, that type of thing.
Yeah.
I love that. You know, and it can be something as simple as a discarded beer bottle or a rolled up newspaper, but it just draws the eye in, and it's the fact they've sat there and made it. And
so I think as well also what for me with detail is it's not just having the detail in there, it's having it look natural as well. Like you say, like discarded bottle, make it look as if someone's just chucked it away or something.
Absolutely, mate. Absolutely agree, mate.
Because some people get a bit penisy with their detail, don't they? I mean, like, well, it's got to be like this, it's got to be there. It's
time of day we're live, Reese, mate, if you don't mind.
Oh, sorry, a bit finicky with their detail.
Yeah.
And like, it's got to be this thrown away beer bottle's got to be upside down at a right angle.
On
a Wednesday.
Apologies if anyone's got any of their youngsters watching for that. But sometimes Nat and Lewis might have Connor in or something like that.
Sorry guys.
Mindful of young ears. It's all right, mate. It's your first time on, so it took me a while to get used to it. I have a post-it note. No grown-up words, and I use it because you know what I'm like. I forget myself. But Archie there, first model he ever built.
Hey, it's pretty good.
Say, wait, you got one up on me because I'm still yet to build a Spitfire. I know. Shame of it. I can see everyone in the community disowning me, mate.
You need to get on with that. What do you call it? One.
The Aces High.
The Aces High.
Dave wants to buy one now. Buddy build because he watched a video of someone building theirs as a build series, and I kept saying to him, you know, for a Revell, you know, they've really upped their game on this Spitfire because, you know, Steve won't mind me saying, but, you know, the 1/24th scale is often thought of a high grade example of a Spitfire. But pardon me, the Aces High seems to be a really, really good moulding.
I think they've retooled it, haven't they?
I think they have, mate. I mean, I've looked at it briefly, and I'm like, I'm actually really looking forward to doing it. You know, it's talk to the devil, Steve there with his chicken, bacon, and sausage risotto with homemade. Is that homegrown basil? Of course it is. It's not going to be homemade, is it?
Mate, just go in the old bit of foliage green.
Bit of the old garnish there, mate. He's another budding Gordon Ramsay and all. This is cynical Steve. This is one of those excellent aircraft airfix starter sets, mate. I still have a drawer full of the starter set paint.
Oh my god, they're awful, those things, aren't they? They really are.
But my E-Type Jag that ended up as the Austin Powers decal wraps. It kept falling down off my stash shelf every time I moved something. This little E-Type kept flying off the end, and I'm like, bloody thing. And
jumping at you.
It got kicked around the man cave loads of times, you know, and in the end I just thought, I'm going to have to do something with this. It's telling me it wants to be built.
You've got to do something with it.
Archie's saying, I can't do any more airbrushing. I broke my airbrush. A bit of epoxy resin on the end of a skewer, and you might be able to back it off, mate. If not, I've got some really tiny easy outs that might get it out for you. But But that's all I've done in the past. One, I never do them up tight. I just literally nip them.
Nip up, didn't you? Yeah.
And also, if need be, like say you have a nice long skewer or cocktail stick and a bit of epoxy, let it cure overnight and see whether you can back it off. But yeah.
Yeah, so I tried one of those. I just kind of went, meh.
Yeah, I had one break, and like so, once you've broke one, you're sort of like, yeah, I'm not going to be using the nozzle spanner anymore, and I nip them up by hand or put them in by hand, and then I'll just give it a bit of a Archie saying, I recently watched the Battle of Britain and realised that these are American half tracks painted as German ones. Oh, really?
Yeah, that's the American half track. Yeah.
Well,
it's like the Kelly Zeros, isn't it? Do you know the Tiger in Kelly Zeros?
Yes.
That's T34, I think, isn't it? With a different.
Sarge, help. Reese has just asked me a tank question.
I know it's not a Tiger. It is it's a Russian tank. I don't know what it is now.
Oh yeah, this is a guy I mentioned last week, Scott Shorey, the guy with the big handlebar moustache. Well, I'm pleased to announce that after maximum pimpage on here last week and a couple of nights during the week, he I think he's on about 106, 108 subs now. So he is absolutely over the moon, and can't thank each and every one of you enough for giving him a sub. So
this is a new budding YouTuber.
Yeah. It's Scott over at S3 Model Works. You know, the guy with the big handlebar moustache.
Yes, yeah.
And I kind of was binge watching his channel during one of my recent I can't sleep a sulky moments, and I had the tablet out upstairs, and I happened upon his channel and started watching it, and I'm like, yeah, this guy needs more subs. Let's get it on. Whilst on the subject of subs, I was henpecking my normal co-host yesterday about pimping his YouTube channel. After much bottom lip and humping and huffing and puffing, I convinced him under pain of death to pimp his channel. So he promptly stole all of my text and pimped his channel, but he broke his 200 subs, mate. So
is he? Awesome.
I said to him he'd have 200 by the end of the night, and he was adamant he wouldn't. And Dave, I told you so.
You got him there, haven't you? Yeah.
I have, because he may have inadvertently agreed without realising it that if he had broke 200, he's now got to pimp his channel at least once a month. Yeah.
Well, I've not really been kind of keeping on top of the old YouTube stuff. And I looked at mine this morning; it was like 400 and something.
Oh yeah, I was on there yesterday, mate. Seeing how you do. 471, mate.
Oh, well, there you go.
Gone up from the 315 it was when we did the revamp, mate. Vince is revamping his at the moment over at Mr. Lofts. He's going through some of his archive stuff and that, and I'm going through mine and reworking a lot of my early videos. And
yeah, I might have a little look at that and have a revisit.
Yeah, I started trying to voice over the first episode of the bus video and started getting the giggles. So then I thought I'll do the E-models one. I'll put my serious head on and voice over we did an at the bench, didn't we, the other week on the Monday show, and I painted the ball tank, and I thought I've got the footage because I had my video phone on and was shooting it whilst we was live. I'll voice over that. I got about 3 sentences in before I corpsed like a 5-year-old schoolboy who's made a naughty trouser cough, you know. And so I've still got to do these voiceovers. I keep getting giggles, Reese, and it only takes that one snigger, doesn't it? And
I know what you're like as well. You have that one little snigger and you're off.
Oh, mate, I'm in full muttling mode, and I'm like 15 minutes of recording, and I've done a continuous muttling, and I'm like...
If Scott is watching, I've just subbed to him. So
so that's from last week. That was Scott's. And Frank's been doing his Mazda Lady figure. I've been watching this. It's the figure that's going to be driving his car.
Is that his Mazda? Yeah, I looked at it the other day.
Yeah,
It looks pretty well, that festa.
some bloke called Festa there who's got a polite request that he's got a YouTube channel. Please like and subscribe. It really does help. Nearing the 1K mark, so I'm all excited and toe twinkling like a girl. But getting that 1K is just going to open up some features that I've kind of been looking forward to getting my teeth into. So yeah,
a bit, ain't you, mate, with those ones?
Yeah, so yeah, the 1,000 subs is a huge milestone, and yeah, I can't thank people enough, mate. Jacqueline Stevens, excuse me, has got stuffed mushrooms, new potatoes.
I'm getting hungry, yeah.
I am.
Oh, look at that. Crumble just out the oven.
I know. She was doing this last week, and when the pictures went up with the crumble, I'm like, and that was Lewis's from last week. So I'll just go into the albums and see what's going on in there. Because people are putting up albums now, and there are some proper big albums going in as well. You've got Model Making Mayhem has put some in. Andy McClish, in case you don't know who he is. F-16A, no landing gears, as it will be in flight. Ooh.
Oh, I was watching a show the other day about the what's our new aircraft carrier? The Queen Elizabeth.
Queen Elizabeth, mate.
Yeah. They was doing a documentary on it, and they obviously got those on there. And one of them sucked in a seagull, and they're like, "Oh dear." That's like how many £1 million worth of
apparently, if it's hovering for too long, it can blow a dent in the deck. I don't know how accurate that is, whether that's an urban myth or whatever. But apparently, it's got a bit of wind to it, mate. A bit like White Mountain. It's got a lot of wind in it. He's now sitting there going, "Oh, I'm going to shoot that kid."
Yeah.
Full Dick Dastardly mode.
Yeah, yeah. And don't forget, folks, if you have got an Air Force One, Mike over at Scaly Models, happy to do it for you.
James is saying, any plans for your 1,000 sub milestone? Yeah, I shall be doing a giveaway, mate, which will be announced at the time the 1,000 subs happens. But yeah, there'll be a giveaway, mate.
Awesome. Look at that. That is some bit of kit work, that, isn't it?
That is, mate. That is absolutely mint, mate. Cool. That's a lot of sprues, isn't it?
That's a lot of sprues. Yeah.
See, I've kind of got my eye on the Tomcat as well. You know, Mike's going, "Oh, hello." Yeah, he knows, mate. So he nods off in his chair whilst he's watching this. But the minute you say trouser cough, he's like, did I? Or as he used to say, "Look at me. This chair needs an oil." Yeah, we know.
Yeah, we used to use that one quite often, didn't we, Cole? The old chair situation.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, he was like the Pied Piper, wasn't he? Yeah, you've got Archie there. He's got an album in there now. 78 photos he's put in now, Reece, your mate.
Nice. Yeah, it's doing well.
Common Road Junction.
Yeah.
And again, there's some really nice work. You know, I mean,
it's just
Jack Hancock, isn't it? Like,
yeah. It's nice to see the youngsters getting involved, though, isn't it? With the
I think so, yeah, because, you know, I mean, I'm 53 now, you know, which ain't old, I know, but, you know, I'm all about giving back. You know, you reach that point, and I think Mike Mountain's the same, and Ted's got the same philosophy where you hit the big 5-0 and you sort of get to that point where you feel obliged to try to pass on as much as you can. But also, you know, you youngsters have got techniques that perhaps us old fellas, nearly dropped one there, haven't seen or tried. So, you know, you know, in this hobby, it is proof that you can teach old dogs new tricks, because You know, it's like you've done it before, Vincent's done it, where it's, oh, have you tried doing it this way? You know, and it's like, yeah, model making mayhem saying, could the 5.0 be in your area? No, it was actually Reese, mate.
Yeah, it's my end. Sorry, guys. I've got the window open. It's a bit warmer now.
Yeah, no, I had the I had the local village drunk earlier walking along outside singing. Yeah, you know the guy that walks around the square. Green. And he was proper, you know, goodbye horse. I'll say goodbye to the horse. proper old beer barrel songs, you know.
Yeah.
99 bottles of beer. Yeah, 99 bottles of beer, yeah. And he's a lovely bloke, but he suffered a nasty head injury many years ago, so he went off the rails a little bit, bless him. And we keep, us locals, because we all know him, we keep an eye out for him, you know. Yeah. In case any of the rabble try to pick on him because they see him as vulnerable. It's, leave him alone, he's harmless. But,
yeah. So this is what I was saying earlier, Carl, about the detail with Archie's truck there.
Yes.
That little, what is it, a package or something get on there?
What's that? Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Again, it's the little things. I mean, it's funny. I mean, I've said this to Sarge and Vince and yourselves and that, you know, where just coming into this genre, you don't. I mean, I don't have the eye for this sort of thing because I'm not used to doing it, so to speak. Whereas you guys, you know, it's like a second nature, and I'm like, oh, what's that? And you learn these new techniques of, well, put something in there to draw the eye into the vehicle so people actually look at the interior you've done.
Yeah. Well, my philosophy when it comes to model making and making the dioramas is trying to imagine it as a 3D picture. Sometimes if you go out and take a picture of the street or whatever. Yeah. Just imagining that as, well, how could I put that into 3D? You know, so it'd be like, I mean, just look at the road in front of me here. You know, you've got like the bin bags out there by the trees and that sort of stuff, you know.
I mean, what I do a lot of the time with my builds is I get to a certain point where primer's been put on. And if it's sort of like a diorama scene, I set up as much of it as I can with the kit in primer, and then I'll put it on the shelf in the spot where it's going to live when it's finished. And I leave it there for a fortnight.
Yeah, see what you can do to it.
And I just sit there and I look at it and I'm like, is it drawing my attention? It could do with something just there so that you go, what is that?
What is that? Yeah. But it only takes the smallest little thing, doesn't it? The tiniest little, like a beer can or a Coke can or something.
Yeah. You know, and that's what I do, you know, and Dave picked up on it, and I think Sarge has said it as well, you know, bloody good idea. And it's just what I do, you know. My Huey is sat on the shelf where it's going to live. And, you know, having it on there in primer with its pre-shade has sort of made me think it could just do with something just on that side to draw the eye into the area where all the crew are in the back, you know. So I'm just going to put like a newspaper blowing out of the helicopter flopping over the side, and just something just to draw the eye in, you know. And so that's what I tend to do. But
that's what I think. It's all it is, isn't it? Just the little details.
Oh yeah. So that's Archie's album there, and he's doing the Sherman, isn't he, out of Fury?
That's right, Fury. Yeah.
Sent in some screen grabs from the end scene of the film, and I've seen one of these done as the coffee table.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like proper boom noises going on. You can hear the, you know, the end part of the film is just playing on a loop.
Yeah.
You know, the audio file, you know, and you get this real feel for it. And I can remember seeing an American guy who did a reenactment scene from the Civil War with cannons that looked like they was firing, and I'm like,
cracking.
I can understand why people get into that because it was just amazing, you know.
Yeah. Well, one idea I've had, again, it's having the oomph to sit down and do it, is the song Telegraph Road.
You spoke about it for Dire Straits,
turning that song into a 3D model, you know, the little
see, I would, if it was me, I'd build it on a turntable.
Oh, what a great idea.
motorised turntable, so you play the track whilst the turntable's
So what's going around? Yeah.
You know, there you go. You can have that idea, mate.
Cheers, mate. Thank you.
Seeing that tall ship there, I know it's sideways on, but is made me giggle of an upcoming buddy build that I've lumbered Dave with, which
Oh, go on.
I can't reveal it yet. We're going to reveal it.
Okay.
On the live show. But yeah, it's
Just come up again.
Yeah, it's me, Stitch. Steve's going, oh, your flash part. Hold up. Steve's missed his attention there. Let's go back and show Steve's picture. Where is it, mate?
There you are.
I'm sure I showed your curry, mate. I'm sure I did, but I'll show it again.
What's his Steve's?
Yeah, we went through the food, mate. But,
yeah.
Apparently, I flashed past his curry, so yeah.
You flash past.
I did. Yeah. Sorry about the scrolling, folks.
Don't you like a nice curry?
Yeah, I'm sure I've shown it, Steve.
I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah, because I went right down to last week, mate.
That's right. Yeah. This will get a stop in the chat in a minute.
Yeah. Just where someone says you're making me giddy with all your scrolling.
yeah.
Really sorry for the scrolling, but I don't like to let people down.
Those of a disposition, please look away now.
Yeah. Anyone with epilepsy or anything like that, then look away from the screen, and I'll let you know. I'm sure. I did show this, Steve, chicken and bacon risotto, mate. Yeah. So, I did show it, mate, because it's the one with the garnish on. So if you watch the video back, he showed it.
He was asleep, wasn't he? That's what it was.
I think he fell asleep on his settee, mate.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Budget modeler there.
Look at that.
Dang.
See, this is what I said. Look, you look at that picture and look at the jet, the exhaust jets. That's incredible.
Well, it's like Frankie does it, doesn't he? Yeah. We did speak about it, Steve. Play it back, mate. You'll hear me talking about the garnish and Reese saying homegrown. Thing. Yeah.
Homemade garnishes. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah.
Look at that.
That is amazing, but it's like I've lost my train of thought now. Trying to think what the build was that someone showed me. Oh, Frankie Goes to Hollywood with his diorama.
Yeah.
And he's got this garage diorama, and I can remember when I first saw it, he had the Mazda. And he took this picture, and I went, I'll tell you something, mate. You know, I've got some cars, and you must be worth a small fortune. And he went, it's the diorama, mate. And then he sent a real size picture. I went, whoa, he got the angle just right.
Yeah.
You know, and I think he done it with another car build where he had it on a piece of road on the wall next to a road. It actually looked like it was in the street.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, because my worst thing when I do a build is I photograph it on the bench full of clutter.
Yeah, I think we all do, don't we? That's one.
Yeah, I don't do myself any justice really. And apparently, I've still missed the curry. I'm not sure. That's a risotto. I did a curry. How far down, Steve? Because I can't. Can you repost it? That'll be easier, mate. Because we're hosting live, and I don't really want to keep scrolling up and down because it sends people to alley, mate.
Yeah.
Just repost it, Steve, and I'll show it, mate. Otherwise, he'll be giving me the look. He never showed my curry, and he'll unfriend me and start sending me hate mail, and I'll have death threats in the mail and pictures of curries and
all sorts of stuff. Oh, he said, "Don't worry, I'm just being a snowflake."
No, mate, no, you're not being a snowflake, Steve. If I've forgotten something, just remind me. If you just repost it, mate, at the top, and I'll go and show it, mate. It's just I'm mindful of the viewers. When you're speed scrolling, it can be a bit off-putting when you're viewing it.
Yeah, a bit seasickness, isn't it, really?
Yeah. Model Making Guru is saying, no Sunday stream today. He's got sore tufty.
Oh. What he needs is a big, like some of those toffees that get really sticky when you eat them.
Yeah.
One of them that would sort him out nice.
Oh yeah, I mean, I would offer to lend him model making pliers, but they may have been confiscated by she of the Scottish accent and the look that makes me quiver.
Oh,
she caught me pliers on tooth with a maximum wobblage, and
have you been in the naughty corner again?
Yeah, speed dusting ensued, mate. She went into dastardly and Muttley mode. I'm just going to have a look in Connor and Paige's corner just to see whether there's any new photos. This is Connor and Paige, Nat and Lewis's guild.
Oh, look at that. That's cracking, isn't it? A little red arrow.
Connor's red arrow quick build. But it's funny. It's the smile, isn't it?
Yeah.
Chappy.
But the thing is, I think we can all relate to that little smile, can't we? You know, being a kid.
I mean, I had an uncle, and I mean, we all have uncles, don't we? It's not rare. But you know, he had a proper sort of like Jack Hargreaves style workshop. You know, with all the ye olde tools and all of that lot. But he used to do solely World War I, World War II planes. You know, and they was all that. Really super massive airfix scale and the detail and effort he put into them, and he's the one who got me into the hobby. And you know, he said, "You want to have a go at building one?" And he went and got me the big BF 109E, the airfix.
Nice.
Big, and he said, "Well, I'll teach you how to make it. You know, don't slabber the glue on and rush it. You do it in stages." And he taught me that pacing yourself mentality. You know, have you got a favourite bit of music you like, son? Oh, I like T-Rex. Well, if you can imagine you're playing one of their records, nice and pacey, work at that pace. And he taught me all these little making stuff out of greebles and really got me into the hobby. And sadly, he's no longer with us. But I'm so glad, because I went off the rails quite badly as a young man. You know, people that know me really well know that, and I'm not proud of it, but I'm glad I got back into the hobby when I did, because it brought me back down and calmed me down.
I reckon that he's giving you a run for your money there with that double decker there, Carl.
Oh yeah, mate, it's all over my bus, mate. I mean, why do you think I'm re-editing my London bus videos, mate? Connor's put me to shame.
Yeah.
Mind you, though, saying that, it is his birthday coming up, isn't it?
Oh, is it? Oh, bless him.
I might have a cunning idea.
Oh.
Yeah, I might have a cunning plan. And I can't not show the rabbit. I'm sorry, I've shown it once. It's the rabbit. All I'm going to say, rabbit. Jacqueline Stevens has come up with a post there where it says, Kev has said that Tankfest is on a virtual live stream on YouTube from 3 o'clock this afternoon.
Oh, nice.
So Fox isn't on this afternoon, folks. So if you are lost for something to watch, nip over and have a looky-loo. Yeah. I'm just going to refresh, because hopefully Steve's put his curry up, because I don't want to let him down. He's got Heart of Gold.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
There you go. He's got Heart of Gold, mate, and I love him to bits.
Get hungry,
chicken biryani and
tandoori masala.
Hey, mate, thanks for the rescue, mate. I've got
No worries.
I've got my fake teeth in again, mate.
Yeah. You should get those changed, mate. You know what we said before, dude.
Oh, mate, I've got 4 really loose teeth, mate, and they came like living daylight. And I've always had this habit of grinding my teeth. I wear a gum shield when I sleep, and try to stop me from doing it. But so every morning you wake up and you're like, you know.
Yeah.
But happy days, mate. So we've had a bit of the old gallery there. There's Nim with a dice video. Let's put that full screen. Yeah, come on, Festa, you can do it. It's the 2 big arrows. That's the one.
There we go.
Cool, you got enough dice, Nim? a raging modeler.
That's a lot of dice. It is confusing. It always amazes me how many different dices you can get.
Yeah, I'm naive
Mm.
because I look at my dice box with all the Warhammer dice, and I'm like, why have you got all these different shaped dice? And
Yeah.
I can imagine if Vincent's watching or anyone that plays D&D, they'll be looking at me going, really?
Yeah. No, I'm just the same. I was like, do you need all these?
Yeah, I mean, you are talking to the bloke who still doesn't know what the free seashells is in Demolition Man. You know what I mean? I'm like, how do they use the free seashells?
Yeah.
Answers on a postcard.
And 20-sided dice. I mean, wow. Okay.
This is the same as that unanswered question as to why Bob Monkhouse was shiny, but that's so that's the gallery done, folks. So whilst I've got him on, I'm going to put you on the full screen, mate, because you did come in lastminute.com.
I did.
And rescue me, mate. So many thanks.
No worries.
I don't mind doing a show on my own, but the Sunday brunch, I'm used to chatting with my sparring partner, and I kind of was feeling a bit lonely. And been trying to collar this bloke for the last 2 days, and he's been snoring his head off in the land of Nod, and he kind of missed my how to cheer you up surprise I was going to spring on him. So sorry. A bit about yourself. No swear words, mate, if you don't mind.
So yeah, I've been model making since I was about 8. So it's what, 20 odd years now, something like that. No, more than that.
So you're still telling the world you're 28, are you, Reese?
Well, I try and get away with that one.
Not gonna happen.
Yeah, kind of bumped into these guys by accident. I think I was on a live stream, and Colin was like, "Come on, I was mid work at the time, so
you joined from the canteen, didn't you, on one of the shows we used to do with Terry?
That's right, yeah. So kind of just slippery slope from there, really. Joined in with these guys and got badged into making my own YouTube channel, and I do the occasional live and that sort of stuff.
Yeah, Shane's saying nice to see you on, by the way. So
nice to see you, Shane.
There is a bit of a cunning plan for a buddy build that we're working on in the background that we've been chatting about. So you will be seeing more of Beaker in one form or another. So
yeah. And now I'm working more sociable hours, as we'll say.
Well, this is it. You've changed job, haven't you, and all of that.
Yeah.
So
You'll be able to see more.
Raging modelers saying at Festa's workshop, no one knows how to use the free seashells. Something about that film. Not only Sandra Bullock is extremely mint, but there's just something about that film, wasn't there? Demolition Man. It's like,
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, you've never seen it?
I've never seen it.
Sylvester Stallone and Wesley Snipes. It's on Amazon Prime at the moment, mate.
Oh, okay, look at that then.
But it's worth doing it, mate. It's one of those quirky little films about the future, and you think, actually, you can just imagine some of it happening, and it's loads of explosions and sly blowing things up, and really silly punchlines and one-liners. But it's a classic blokey film with a bowl of peanuts and twiglets to nibble on, isn't it? You know what I mean?
Sounds good to me. I shall look for that then.
But anyway, I'm rambling about your channel, mate.
So I can't remember how long I've been doing the channel for now. It's a good couple of years. And we
4
do
years.
go. Was it 4 years? Well, there you go. See, when the world isn't on fire, we do normally go out to shows and that sort of stuff as well. So you can see us out and about and come and say hello and that sort of stuff. So I think our next show is probably going to be next year now.
It's funny you say that. I had a thing pop up on my Facebook the other day, and it was 1 year ago today. Reese met Festa at Festa Towers.
Was it really a year ago? Wow.
Yeah, Reese was on an organ run, wasn't you?
That's right. Yeah.
Because you used to be a frontline ambulance, didn't you? And
Yeah, I've done a bit of all ambulance work, really.
And he was transferring an organ. I'm allowed to say, from
Yeah.
Kings to the South Coast, should I say? That way, I don't give too much away. And there's a set wait whilst the surgery team are prepping the recipient. And I know this from Carol, my sister. She had a liver transplant done at King's, and you probably took the liver there for her. So thanks for
No worries.
getting her liver there safe and sound, mate. Not many people thank you, but
No worries.
yeah, hers came from the opposite way, but it came from your neck of the woods area. So
Yeah.
probably yourself. But anyway, I digress, and he was a bit lost. So me being me, I went, well, stop by my place and I'll make her a cup of tea.
Yeah. I think we were chatting for a good few hours, weren't we? 3 or 4 hours.
Yeah, but the thing about it is I may have forgot to tell the wife that he was.
Yeah, the look I got that.
The wife comes down to start her overnight job, and she's got one eye open and the pillar still stuck behind the other side of her head because she was a bit docile. And she was confronted by me sat there with a guy in full paramedic uniform, and her reaction was, "What the effing hell have you gone and done to yourself now?" I went, "Oh no, this is Reese, he's my mate."
Yeah.
She said, "I thought that something had happened."
It was the look of relief when she realised it was just me and not a.
Either relief or trapped wind due to the disappointment that I hadn't done so. But a year ago, Reese, since you were stood here wearing the pork pie, mate.
Yeah. God, that was a 24-hour shift as well. That was a long one. That one.
Well, yeah, because I stayed on with him because he was well zonked out, and I wanted to get him back home to Clarice in one bit, and was worried that he would fall asleep at the wheel. So he had to put up with me talking to him all the way back to your house, wouldn't it? And even when he got out of the ambulance, I'm still keep me on your phone until you get to the front door and you're inside.
Well, it's funny because we were talking about that the other day actually, and I was saying about how much I'm grateful for you for that day as well, because I said that was a 24-hour shift, and people could argue that it was a bit illegal, but it's just what you do.
But you did what you could to get the organ there for the NHS, and it wasn't your fault. There was a staff shortage due to sickness or absence or whatever. You covered it. That's what you do. But
most definitely,
it's one of those. James is saying, if you want some cuteness, I've just posted the microbox. You waited till I closed the gallery down before you posted it, James. There's always one. I'll go back in a sec, mate. But it was one of those. I just wanted to get you home safe.
I couldn't be more thankful for it, because I said that was a big old shift. That was.
I've developed a good penchant for being there for people, because this is me. This is what I do. This is I'm in solitary confinement, not almost, but cue the violins. But it's one of those, your webcam's your window to the world, but you become a very good listener when you've got a long-term condition yourself. And,
I don't know.
Been there for people, but
I don't know how you put up with those sirens actually that time.
I can remember I was on Facebook one night and my mate pinged me and he went, "Oh, he said, you're up late." I said, "Mate, I can't sleep." I said, "What are you doing?" And I drank at the time. I said, "I've just opened a fresh bottle of Jack Daniels and I'm going to sit and watch Scarface." He said, "I'll be with you in a minute." And this 40-foot lorry pulls up next to my house. I hear the air brakes go off. He said, "I'm down the docks in the morning." He said, "But sod it." He said, "I got time to watch Scarface with me mate," and that was it. And we sat and watched Scarface, and and then off he went, But he was within the limit, by the way.
I think it's nice that what this community brings together. We're not always as fortunate to meet each other as we would like to.
No, I love meeting people because, I know the standing joke, I went to Telford a week before it was actually hosted and everything was empty, but we don't go into that. But I don't get out anymore like that. So my way of meeting people is either through the webcam, or those of you that are hanging out with me that are in the UK are kind enough to pop by Festa Towers and
Yeah, yeah.
As I've always said to all of you, you know, my home's your home. You know, Vincent is coming to the UK at some point, and
Yeah,
you know, he's going to stop over here and stay the night, and you know, carry on his journey the following day. So you know, my home's your home. You're my mates at the end of the day. And it's,
yeah. No, it's good. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's nice.
A year.
But yeah, it's been a year, Reese.
Isn't it?
We got a maximum cuteness alert coming up. James has done his Lego. He pinged me in the chat there, so let's have a little look. He's finished his Pikachus.
That is awesome. I like that.
So we got cuteness alert.
Yeah. Who's that weird bloke in the background there, though?
I don't know, mate. He looks familiar, Beak.
Yeah. Strange sort of fella, isn't he?
But it's so funny how that name has stuck, isn't it?
Yeah.
I remember he came into the hangout. And he's literally like, "Hello, my name's Reese." I went, "Look, it's Baker," and the name stuck.
You see why? Hang on, let me take these off so you can see. But this is why. Look.
Baker. You know it's coming.
Yeah. That'll be funny. That'll be at the end of the video.
Yeah, and Andy will like that because he likes the pigeons one, mate. He does.
Because it goes.
Yeah, he's quite happy with that. That
pigeons, because they coo.
Well, there's gonna be another version. And it's gonna be Baker because he meets. Yeah. I've had a request for someone to do a video for his end credits. So maybe me. I'll happily oblige. Oh, Reese, in case you didn't, we've got a new logo above us as well. In the
Model for Heroes. Yeah, I see that.
Malcolm over at Models for Heroes has kindly let us display his logo in the corner. And there's a little link there for the website, modelsforheroes.co.uk.
Yeah. I mean, advocate for
that and all kinds of things, but it's just our way as a community of giving back something for those that have served our country well and are struggling with one form or another of PTSD or some form of mental health or disability or whatever. And it's our way as a community of just giving something back to these guys. So you're going to hear me doing regular little bits and pieces on here and on my other live stuff of, you know, if you've got a stash and you look at certain kits and you say, do you know something? I'm never going to build that. Then think back to good old Festa's new logo in the corner and give Malcolm Childs a message, or go on M4H Model for Heroes site. I've got some kits I'd kindly like to donate. Can you give me an address to send them to? Boom.
There you
because what might be sitting there dormant to you in a stash could be a lifeline for a guy that is struggling with the demons and that, and it's enough to take their mind off of something. And there's a hell of a lot of ex-military in this hobby, as well as home services like police, ambulance, fire brigade, and you know, Reese won't mind me saying, but you know, paramedics. There's a lot of guys that have stress-related conditions. I can think of some more, but I won't name them because of respect for their privacy. That all have their demons, and this hobby is a way that we can all interact with each other. And when the demons are circling, you know, I do it with Reese. I can spot it in him, and then I'll press gang him into coming into an hangout so that we can smack him out of it. And that's what we do for each other.
And that's all it takes is like Colin was saying there. You know, it's either a good mate like Colin or a hobby like this is just takes your mind off it.
I mean, it's one of those. It's a delicate topic for this time of day, I know, but you know, again, those that know me, you know, I've had several occasions where I've tried to take my own life through mental health demons been at me, and I didn't have the support network back then that I have now, and having that support network offered to me to stop me from being daft and doing silly things and knowing the warning signs has led me to want to be there for other people, and this is why I relate to the models for heroes, and like Reese, you know, someone else that doesn't mind me talking about the mental health side. Terry was the same with his mental health demons. You can sit and talk to them all night long because that's what you need, someone to talk to.
Yeah.
You know, it is, you can end up in the dark place very, very quickly, and this hobby has brought that out of a lot of us that have got this issue that we deal with, where we can all relate with each other and spot it in each other. And sounds a bit Brokeback Mountain bromance, but in a nice way, you know, in a nice way, not in a derogatory way, but it's, you can spot it. You can tell by the way someone's wording a message to you. Oh, they're not their self. And you send them a private message. You're okay, mate. Do you need a chat? And so that's why that's up there. And Malcolm's kindly agreed that we can leave that up there. And like I say, guys and girls, you know, have a look at your stashes. I've done the same. You know, every year I get to that point and I'm like, am I going to make that or not?
I think it's quite poignant that you've done that today, actually, Cole, because I don't know if any of you guys knew, but it was Armed Forces Week last week.
Oh, yes.
So it's good that people like Models for Heroes are about, you know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, I've got a close friend that lives in the same town as me now, and his demons have been at him. He served in Iraq, Afghanistan, Kosovo's, been in Belize, Northern Ireland, you know, so he's had a very distinguished military career. I mean, he's the same age as me, but the demons are at him now that he's come out the service. You know, said, look, mate, your late brother used to build kits. Why don't you grab something? And he's going to come round when I'm allowed to receive visitors again, because I've been put under that sort of lockdown thing via the NHS. So I said, come round, take something that takes your fancy, or you can build it here, and it might spark something in him. You know.
Well, I'm going to. I know you won't mind me saying, but I'm in the current process of joining the reserves, and I'm going to try and have a chat with my squadron to see if there's anything I could do, like Models for Heroes. You know, put them into contact with them, because I know there are a few boys that have been out in Afghan in our squadron. So
yeah, it helps. You know, it really does. You know, Dave's the same. You know, he has his little demons, bless him. You know, and we chat quite openly about it, the pair of us, because both of us used to really shy away from it, and it's one of those taboos that I kind of, a bit like when I went on my one-man Revel crusade, I kind of went on a, you know, let's not be ashamed of saying I've got mental health issues. It doesn't make you less masculine. It doesn't make you less manly. You know, it takes more of a man to own up and say I've got a problem than it does to hide it. And it lets other people know that they're not alone. So I'm quite open about it now. It took me a while, don't get me wrong, because I've got family and close family that tune in and watch my stuff that weren't aware how low things had got. So I had to sit and let them know themselves before I started talking about it live on air, because I didn't want it to be the first time they heard about it, if you know what I mean. So and it was awkward, mate.
I think that's the thing, isn't it? As males, we have this sort of pride and bravado, don't we? Of, well, you know, nothing can touch us, and then something like that happens, and you're like, oh, okay. You know. Yeah,
I mean, it's funny. Sergeant Bones won't mind me saying this. You know, I spoke to Sarge because he rescued me from a bit of depression recently, you know, and Sarge had made a perfectly innocent throwaway comment, and I went for him and bit at him and was quite at him. And he sent me a lovely private message. You're not yourself, mate. If you need anything, I will be there. You know that. And it was just nice to know someone had realised, because behind the festa persona and bravado, sometimes there's this frightened little soul in there not knowing what to do with himself, you know, because the demons are real. We all do it as model makers. You do it. We have this live persona that we develop that hides the real us, you know, and when the demons are at you, they're at you. And Sarge, you know, I couldn't thank enough. He spotted it and he was like, "Oi, dude, you're not yourself. Come on, come and talk to me." And we had a good chat for a couple of hours, and it does help. It really does. And someone was saying there that the model making mayhem, I've suffered with depression and still do from time to time. Yeah, we all end up on the green and yellow Prozacs, don't we? And it's like,
well, I mean,
fluoxetine, as they rebranded it.
Yeah,
stigma of Prozac.
I've tried the medication; it just didn't work.
It's funny. When I got my long-term prognosis, my GP said, "I'm going to put you on antidepressants." And me being me, I'm like, I ain't depressed. She went, "You will be." And the illness hadn't really grabbed me like it has done in the last, say, 3 years since you've known me, or 3 or 4 years. It's been a real plummet downhill, mate, isn't it? You know, from where I was as a working fella and all of that lot, driving about, it's like everything's gone now.
Everything's gone, which is why this is important. So
the depression crept in. This webcam's my window to the world, because even more so at the moment, because Helen works of an evening, she does the Socko cleaning, is all I can really say about that, because I'm seeing the crime stuff, it's one of them, so this is your window to the world. But because she goes out, she has to come back, and then she goes through that quarantining of making sure she's had a shower and everything she's touched is wiped down, and then you can come out your man cave now, because she's gone round a little trail from coming in from the outside on the inside. And it opens your eyes, but also, Reese, it makes you feel very alone.
It does,
cabin fever for me is a huge problem, but I've started trying to teach my brain that I'm doing a job. And it may sound really bizarre, but what I do, I get up in the morning, shave and shampoo, I can't say the other word, the free I come downstairs, I put the Burko on, make myself a cup of rosé, and I open up the conservatory, get my sticks out, and I go for a trundle around the garden. I'm walking to work. I then come in, pick me tea up, open up the door to the man cave. I'm now at my place of work. I do my time at the bench. I get up, cup of tea. I go in next door. I have my dinner next door, watch a bit of telly. I've come home from work. That's my home time. And in a bizarre way, although I'm not going out anywhere, it's tricking you mentally into thinking you're doing something. And Raging Model has kindly said, if ever you need a chat, mate, give us a shout. Mate, thanks for the offer. Sarge nags me, and I get why he does it, because I'm there for everyone else and will always offer for everyone else, but I'm the world's worst listener when it comes to me. I try to brush it off. I'll be fine. I'll be fine. And then all of a sudden, I'm not fine.
It'll get you.
And it really, Fox says it, arty hobbies like us tends to be where everyone is with the black dogs. I mean, for people that are isolated, we couldn't have a more isolated hobby. But for me, my routine used to be Metallica, AC/DC, anything loud and rocky, and I used to build to rock music. And then the webcam came in, and Mike and Terry and yourselves, we all started chatting. And suddenly it becomes your window to the world. And when that's not working, well, like recently when I changed computers, I had... You all right, mate?
Sorry, mate. No, it's a car going past.
Oh, I thought that was right. Are you okay, mate? You might need a med. I had to look twice then. I thought I'd see Mike Mountain's window pop up. He's going to be in the chat now, going to leave me alone.
Right. Yeah. No, it's we have I think it's a Mustang or something that likes to buzz around here.
Yeah, but it does. It's a very insular hobby, isn't it? We isolate ourselves from the world, and then we shut ourselves away in a man cave. But I love this interaction, and I changed computers, so I had 4 days where I stripped everything out the man cave and recabled everything. But I missed knowing even if you've not done a hangout, I don't do hangouts every night like I used to, but you missed having that choice because you knew you could just click a button and someone would be there. But because I couldn't do that, oh, mate, the demons, mate, they kicked me all round this man cave for 4 days. Unbelievable. The state I got myself into. I was arguing with myself and losing. Oh, mate, proper wibbles, everything.
Yeah, and that's it. You know, you kind of, I don't know about you, Colin, but I'm kind of getting to know when the demons are getting there. And sometimes they do just take over a bit too much and they go too far.
Yeah, I mean, you hide yourself away and I tell you off for it. But again, you have to be ready to talk, and it's half the battle. Whereas I'm the opposite. I go into denial. I go into I'm fine. I don't need anyone's help. I'm fine. I'm a man. I can get through it. Well, we all know that's total BS because I've got the scars to prove it, mate. And I'm not proud of them, you know. But, you know, every time I look at certain areas that I've got tattooed, I know what's there and what they're concealing. And it takes you back to that dark place and it snaps you out of it.
Yeah.
It's like the dark faults, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Well, that's my eagles there.
Yeah, you know, your elastic bands around your wrist and all of that lot. I know we're getting a bit deep and a bit about it, but, you know, mental health is a thing. You know, I put a post on my Facebook because I've got relatives that suffer with the demons, you know, and, you know, I just put a post up and go, look, you know, mental health issues is nothing to be shy of. And I'll just put a big, bold, I have mental health problems. Bosh. And the amount of people that got in touch, I was like, you? Depression? I'd never have thought it. You're always so happy. And I went, so was Robin Williams.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I loved him to bits. Yeah. Every comedian inside is a tortured soul. And that's what we do. And we put on this bravado and we laugh, but you come off air and then you're back into this demonic, lonely world. And it's.
Back there again.
Archie's saying, knocking yourself is the worst things. Yeah. And you're getting told off for typing in the chat. Yeah, you know. Oh, mate, I wish Fox was here for this.
I think he was just there a minute ago.
Tells me off every week for this. And I finally get to say, Reese, mouth words. No typey in here.
Look, I wasn't seeing that. No hands.
You used the proper mouth words. At last, because I guarantee you, I forget myself. But the thing I find with e-models is they all goad me.
Yeah.
They say, hello, Cole, how you doing? Knowing I'm going to look up and go, I'm fine, mate, you? And then it's like, Colin's in the chat. Yeah, mouth words, Reese.
Yeah. So I've been told off already. Yeah,
and Dave said that he thought you had let out a trouser cough.
Wow.
Yeah, I've got a part-timer badly trying to fill in for you here, Dave. He's let a couple of swear words out, mate. So, you know, that new computer we promised you, mate, for the swear box looks like it'll be all right.
Yeah.
But yeah, we so Reese is kindly filled in because I was getting lonely talking to myself. Shane Youngs is saying, always talk to someone if you feel that way. Back in 1980, when I was 13, my father took his own life. He would never admit he was not happy. Yeah, I've had 4 people. The most recent one was a close friend of mine, their stepson, took his life, and he was only 30, same age as my boy.
Same age as me.
And honestly, Reese, you could not wish to have met such a happy soul. And I was gobsmacked because I would never have thought it. And then I looked and thought, what warning signs did I miss? And really blamed myself for a long time, you know. And it's one of those when someone close to you does it, you know. And this is where I relate to the wife, you know, because she said, now you know how you made me feel. And you don't at the time realise you get yourself in such a rut, don't you?
Yeah, most definitely. I can't remember who it was now, but someone, the comments there said, break the stigma.
Yeah, it is. yeah, Dave saying, was that a wibble? It was, mate, but not as good as the wibble you did, mate.
Oh, that was it. Did you do a big wibble?
Yeah, all I'm going to say is Davey may have thrown his teddy bears out because he wanted to go to mummy's with a fresh haircut.
Oh dear.
And he looks a bit like a hippie, and he's got his bottom lip out because he's hairdressers, they know. And honestly, he was, it was a proper banged his feet up on the side of the settee and leaned back in his chair.
Huff.
Yeah, and it's looking away from the screen with his keyboard, and you could see the lip. And I instinctively thought of Andy. It was so funny. Proper shoulders down, head furrow. But yeah, it's nice when we go into a wibble. But the pair of us did an hangout one night. I think we both had the vultures circling, and we sat there for an hour and did nothing but moan. It was like Victor Meldrew meets Alf Garnett. I don't know. My missus tapped on the door. She said, "You two all right?" I went, "Yeah." Oh, excuse me. She went, "Blimey." She said, "You can half moan, can't you?" And I went, "Of course we can, love. Fudge and blankets, we can half moan."
Fudge and blankets. Yeah.
So I just go and wibble on toast. And I think I could have awarded myself a save of the day there, Reese.
Yeah, that was a save of
Well, I think on that note, I think we can wrap up because it's getting to that time of day. Model making me Alf Garnett or Victor Garnett and Alf Meldrew, yeah. My sister calls me Alf Garnett because of the hat. I'm a West Ham fan. I'm as bold as a coot, and I don't stop moaning.
Typical East End boy, ain't you?
Yeah, she just goes, "Oh God, Alf's going into one again. Hark at him, you know." Alf Garnett's off me. Missus calls me Victor Meldrew, so yeah. Yeah, me two lads just refer to me as bloke in the corner.
Bloke in the cupboard.
Yeah, that bloke who is in the corner there. You guys still live for long. I miss most of it. Live for long, even. Read out loud, Festa. It can be done.
Yeah.
No, we're going off air imminently, mate.
Yep.
Dexterous Crafters saying, "I noticed stigma isn't the same as females as it is for men, but I was in a really bad place when I met Lewis. All I needed was for someone to share my demons and someone to have faith in you." Mate, it's as serious for women as it is for males, my love. It's, you know, you are the fairer sex, and at the end of the day, you know, with blokes, we're brought up with this. You're the breadwinner, male pride. That's the biggest load of tosh ever, is male pride.
Yeah.
That's what holds us blokes back, this
bravado. Yeah.
Bravado. And you know, I made a point when I brought my boys up of trying to do away with the male pride thing. You know, I brought them up as, you know, no matter whether you bring home Sheila or Steve, I don't care. You're my sons and I love you. That's the first thing out the window. You know, it's equal rights across the board. I don't care what people's skin colour is, what their sexuality is, what their likes, what this, as long as they're not racist and anti-Semitic and, you know, going out mugging old women and hurting kiddies, you know. But, you know, all of this male pride, I just didn't want that, you know. So if you meet someone, it's equal, you share it down the middle. You know, no one partner has to bear the burden of all the pressures, and you share your emotions. And I couldn't wish to meet two more grounded blokes. They're great mates as well as me boys. And hopefully they don't have that pressure of male pride on them, because it sent me to the edge, mate.
Yeah, it does, though, doesn't it? It really does. I mean, from what I've my experience, I won't go into it, but from what my experience is on Frontline, ladies get it just as bad. If not,
I've been made redundant 3 times in my life, and there's been three heavy scarring incidents. So that was my male pride. because I was letting the wife down. Yeah, this is the bloke who got dressed and went to work for a month after he'd been laid off, just because he couldn't bring himself to tell his missus that he didn't have a job anymore. And it's only when it came payday and she's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
But I went through all of that facade, thinking I'll get a job by the end of the month. I'll be fine. And then pressure starts, doesn't it? Yeah. So, if any of you are watching this, I'm sorry to talk about depression at this time of day. Apologies for getting a bit deep, but it's one of them. Let's not hide from it, folks. Yeah. I mean, I'm a depressive. I freely admit it. It gets me. It gets Reese. It gets a lot of us. I won't name other people because they've not given me their permission to do so, and until they have, I won't. But we all hear about the bad in the community, people not getting on, or that person doesn't like that person, or that person thinks that person is big-headed because they've got more money than them. And that's all BS at the end of the day. We're all modelers. Yeah. And no matter how much money we got in the bank, how big our house is, or our stash, or how expensive our kits are, we're all people, and the demons get us all. And instead of hating on each other in this community, let's look out for each other. I've got people in the chat there that, have said to me, well, if you need anything, mate, and that means a lot. It really, really does. Yeah. So, yeah. It's tough. Archie's saying he's been at that point. Yeah, I mean, I often get asked about my heavy tattooing, and I used to disguise it, whereas now I go because there's stuff in amongst the tattoos that I'm not proud of, and they went, the demons, and then we talk about it. So yeah. Instead of hiding it, I'm quite open about it. My boys asked me about it. They was looking at my tattoos, and one went, God, Dad, you've got some really heavy scars in it. I said, yeah, I know, I had some dark times, mate, and I had an open, frank conversation with them about depression and things like that, and it got them quite aware what to look out for themselves.
Yeah, I think that's it. Just being aware, isn't it? Being made aware.
Yes,
it's the big thing. I mean, my partner, she's great at it. She knows when I'm not having a good time.
I mean, Nim sums it up. It needs to be talked about more than it is. We all have our demons. I've had the demons hit me hard, and when they do, at least now I grab one of the kitties and snuggle. Absolutely. And again, the same offer goes out to you, Nim. If you're on a downer, just PM one of us. There's enough of us in this community that will look out for you and go, if you need, or if you've got a webcam and a mic, I'll put a link up and we can have a chat. Yeah. Just seeing a face at the end of the screen that you can talk to, that understands your issue. I'd be lost without it. I was at Sarge recently for a good few hours, where I was having my own issues, and I was on a downer. The demons were there, and I had to go and speak to the wife and go, them tablets that my GP says to give me when I'm on a big downer. Yes, she went, you might want to dig them out. She went, really? And I went, yeah. Thanks for letting me know. She said, that's a first.
Yeah. And likewise, you say about the hangouts and the window to the world, webcams. Even if you can't bring yourself to say anything, just come on and sit, and we'll quite happily talk at you, or
This is the thing. This is the thing. I've had it before where, a few folks, they'll come in. It's just company they want. They want to be able to look up and see someone sat there. And beforehand, they've prepped me and gone, look, I'm not a massive converser. I just need to look up and see someone there looking at me. And if I need to say, what you're making, I know I've got someone I can talk to. I said, you're more than welcome. Yeah. You're under no pressure.
That's the thing. When you see someone face to face, it gets there's that pressure there, isn't there? Whereas there's no pressure,
Well, this is it. I mean, when we do the live shows, we're goofing around and we're having a laugh and engaging the audience. And I love all of that. And then I've never admitted this on air before. And probably, people will all laugh. I don't know. But I can guarantee you every Saturday night before I go live Sunday, I'm violently sick and have the Dow Wintons all night long because of stage fright type of are people going to turn up? Are people? I get myself into such a hyper state, and you know it because you've done this sort of thing with me before, and I'll go, I'll back in a minute, Reece, and you'll hear me in the kitchen being ill.
Yeah.
You're right, mate. I'm always the same before every live stroke. I'm the same before E-models on a Monday. I'm always to the toilet, sick.
Yeah.
It's just a thing, but I'm all right. It's just the nerves get the better.
Yeah, exactly.
People find it strange. They go, "Oh, but you always seem so okay on your lives," and it's like, yeah, because you go into autopilot, and you've got this persona that you focus on to get you through the show, and then off air we can be quite deep with some of our conversations, and it means a lot.
It does.
Nim saying that's why she fell into the Gumpler junkyard. Not only do you have modelling friends, but D&D friends too. Yes.
Yeah.
Vince and Sarge are taking me into the gaming world. Sarge is going to educate me on the art of computer gaming. The last game I played, Reece, was Sonic the Hedgehog on a Sega Mega Drive.
I think I've still got one of them somewhere.
I have. I've got a 16-bit one in there with the CD stuck underneath it. So. And he just looked at me and he went, "What?" And I went, "Yeah." He said, "Games have evolved." I said, "My boy gave me his old PlayStation 2. I said, "But I loaded a game up, got confused, and I've never switched." He's like, "Oh, bad." And I went, "I'm useless, mate."
Yeah.
I'm absolutely useless. I couldn't complete a level on Pac-Man, mate. I'm rubbish.
Oh, I'm not the best at Pac-Man either.
Yeah, and when Sergeant Vince said, "Oh yeah, we'll teach you gaming," I said, "You do realise what you've opened yourself up for?" Vince sees it. Vince thinks it's going to be such a laugh, and it will be because I'm useless, mate. And they'll all gang up and sink me, no matter if I'm in a warship. They'll all bomb me. I know they will. But yeah, press that button, Cole. I'll be going, "Oh yeah, look at that." Just blown yourself up. Nothing wrong with caring, Archie, mate. You can never care too much, mate.
Exactly.
This is what I'm hoping with all of this issues we've had. I was just about to say the words then, but I better not because there's an algorithm, isn't there?
The Backstreet Boys tour.
With the world catching on fire is the one thing I've hoped throughout all of this is people like us. We're quite open about our mental health issues and all of that lot. But I am hoping that other people that have been in lockdown that have just realised that perhaps they need support have begun to be comfortable being open that they need support and are seeking the help that they need. So I'm hoping this kind of brings people together.
Yeah.
And I'm going to be putting up regular mental health posts, because I champion it now because a family member very close to me is chronic with it as well. And he didn't realise I was the same. And and now he knows that I know, and I know that he knows. We had some really quite deep, meaningful conversation. And for his sake, I'm going to make it more of a thing on my profile while putting it out there. Come on, folks,
Yeah, make it more aware.
Sarge is saying in the gaming community, that's what's good about it. It is, and this is where doing the gaming side of it's going to be a laugh, isn't it? Because all the time you're laughing, you ain't got time to be sad, have you?
Exactly.
Well, I'm going to put your full screen, Reece, so that you can say your goodbyes, and we'll start wrapping up because 10 to 3. I know Fox is not on, but there's a Tank Fest thing on at 3 o'clock on YouTube. I can imagine the likes of Sarge and a lot more arm and nuts will want to get their
have a look.
eyes around that. So we'll
wrap it up, shall we?
We'll wrap it up. So if you plug your channel before you go.
So if you want to come and have a look at RJC Models Official over there. I've not put so much up recently, but I'm going to try to get back into it again. Also, there is I'm on Patreon as well, so it's the same name. Go and
you
have a
want
look
to
over
put
there,
something up, mate, because I spent ages relaying your channel out for you.
Yeah.
Put some work on. Hey, mate, no thanks needed, mate.
Yeah. Also, if you do want to come and see us at shows, if you go on to RJC Models Official, there is a website as well. We post up when we're going to be at shows and where we're going to be and that sort of stuff. So if you want to come and say hello, come and have a look at some of the shows.
Well, as the nation's coming out of its self-imposed let's hide from the world whilst it's on fire, hopefully modelling shows and that will all start picking up. I've not heard anything about Telford.
I haven't.
I've been asked several times, but I mean, I don't go anyway because I'm travelling now. But I've not heard anything. I know E-Models has opened up and they're doing their social distancing thing. So I don't know whether Telford's going to happen this year. I wouldn't even like to guess.
Yeah, so most of the ones that we were due to go to this year have been cancelled. So if you want to come and see us next year, stay RJC Models on all the platforms, and you can see where we're going to be.
Absolutely. Well, thanks, Race, for joining me, mate.
Thanks for having me.
Don't disappear, because we've got to do the end credits and all of that lot. But
it
was just to let people to see you, and I'd like to say a personal thanks for popping in and filling in for Dave. And
no worries. Thank you.
Keep an eye out for Beaker, because it's not the last you're going to see of him. I've got some artwork I'm laying out for something in the pipeline, and we're going to have a chat about that off air, because that's my how to cheer Reese up bit.
Yeah.
I'm going to go full screen for a minute and just like to say thanks for listening to my inane drivel for a couple of hours. Nice that you missed my sidekick. I certainly did. And the Silverback should be back with us next week. Hopefully he's had a fresh haircut, because the bottom lip's going to be like an half-inflated dinghy, mate, if it ain't.
Yeah.
And I so wish I'd recorded him last night, because the sulk, when he threw himself back in that chair and threw the feet up on the arm of his sofa, mate, I peed myself laughing, mate. It was a bench cruncher, mate. It really was.
I can imagine.
I did. I felt like a pillar biter, mate. But anyway, love to model making mum if she's tuning in.
Love to you,
Dave. What I'd like to say to model making mum is, look at this poor face.
He was 10 years younger yesterday.
Can you do me a favour whilst young David is at your home this week? Could you ask him to stop picking on poor little Festa, because it upsets me, and he keeps calling me horrible names, Mum, and I did say I'd grass him up. So give him the look and take one potato off his roast dinner. But thanks for watching.
Cheers, guys.
Catch up with you all soon. Look forward to seeing you all next week. And in the meantime, just remember,
pigeons, 'cause they coo.
I'll see you next week.
See you later, guys.
Bye.